Next, I saw you once at the Improv, mid to late 70s. There were like 5 people in the audience, and it was you, Seinfeld, and somebody else. But to this day, I remember an improvisational piece you did. You grabbed a stool and held it up and declared yourself Quadradick.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about the document.
That was an intellectual bit.
Yes.
One that you really had to think about.
It made me howl. It was so funny. Gilbert, can you swim? No. There's a million things I can't do. Yeah. I went to college in New York City with a lot of guys that couldn't drive or swim, and whenever I ask someone that, they act like I'm some kind of prick. But, yeah, if you grow up in the city, there aren't a lot of pools.
Yeah, I mean, just for the record, I think you're a prick.
So you've been listening to the show. Hey, Gilbert.
But why bring up trivial matters?
I gotta feel so honored. Thank you,
My
Gilbert.
most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Sorry to hear that. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Yeah.
And,
Sorry to hear about that.
it's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Nothing to be ashamed of. So many people get divorced these days that now it's the people that stay married that really seem strange, you know? 25 years, oh my God, what happened? It's true. Don't you know you can get out of it?
Haven't you heard?
What's the deal, dude? You nuts?
Wake up.
Wow.
We only lasted 3 years. Which,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3 years
I mean, we
is a
were
long
supposed to be together until one of us died. I never even had a fever. You got to reevaluate yourself after you get divorced. You people have been anyone here?
Anyone?
Quite a few.
You're looking at...
And there it is. Yeah. This will make you feel better. Einstein got divorced.
He did.
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Golf applause. It's brilliant.
The point is that marriage is hard. No one tells you how hard it's going to be. It's, they slip it into the ceremony at the last second during the vows, in sickness and in health, for rich or for poor. But at that point, what are you going to say? Whoa. How sick and poor is this broad going to get? It's going to be like barfing and charging stuff?
Nick Griffin is our guest, comedian Nick Griffin. How long ago has it been since you got the divorce?
It was about 3 years ago.
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess, kind of, nothing serious. I don't want to... You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. Their eyes get all wide. And get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent. It's all falling into place. And once you say I love you the first time, get ready to say it forever. You're on the love side now. There's no going back. There's no talk to you later, honey. See you tomorrow. It's I love you every night before bed, every single phone call. She's got to say it. You got to say it. You're like the two generals turning the keys at the same time. I love you, Nikki. Yeah, I know. You told me yesterday. I believed you. Aren't you going to say you love me? I did 2 hours ago. Do you have Alzheimer's? Write it down.
Write it down, indeed. Hey, everybody, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hit it.
Bob and
There you go. Christy Lee, how the heck are you?
Great, Josh. How are you?
Wow, that's quite an ensemble.
Looks like it's got like very colorful kind of Mondrian-esque.
Yep.
It's very 1990s Trapper Keeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I know what you're talking about. Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
It was like a binder that kids would take back to school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pat Godwin in the musicology laboratory.
Hey, Joshy.
There's Jeff Hoskey sitting in for Chick McGee today, who's got the...
Got the throw-ups.
Oh,
Great.
no.
Came in yesterday. Gave it to us.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Spread it around.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel it.
Monkeypox.
Whatever.
I don't know if it's the monkeypox. We'll find out.
Ace Cosby over there.
Yeah, ready to eat.
Oh, indeed.
We do have monkey news today, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got big monkey news.
We're not eating monkeys, but we'll let Tom tell you in a little bit here. Willie Griswold.
Oh, well, now the only thing I want to do is eat monkeys today.
And
now
there's...
I feel like we're missing out.
We don't wanna
I'm
eat
Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick Chair. There's Tommy.
We got something coming up today. I'm very excited about it. Now, don't get the wrong idea, but we're going to be indulging in something called a breakfast fatty.
Yeah.
Willie?
I've had a few breakfast fatties in my day.
Yeah,
I called breakfast fatty a number of times.
No, the breakfast fatty actually is a food item. It contains bacon, sausage, eggs, cheese, onions, bell peppers, and apparently honey hog barbecued rub from Meat Church. M-E-A-T. Meat Church? That just seems a little odd to me. Oh, it's the Church of the Holy Loin. In any event, it's being prepared as we speak because today is we are officially opening the green egg season. The big green egg. We are going to have a couple of master chefs outside cooking with the big green egg this morning as we are kind of announcing the official start of our big green egg promotion, if you will. As part of our celebration of the NFL, we're going to be giving away a bunch of big green eggs. So if you've never seen one, Christy,
They look like a big green egg.
that was very
He's
helpful.
not wrong. Yeah,
I suppose.
They're a big ceramic green.
It's like the Rolls Royce,
beautiful
the Rolls Royce of grills.
Yeah, they're
Is that
about,
okay?
3 feet high?
Well, it depends. They got different sizes. We got like the Mini Max egg, I think, out there,
yeah.
and then the Maxi Max, and then the Super. I'm not sure. I haven't really taken a look. The point is, we're going to be having some delicious food today, including the breakfast fatty.
Yes.
Which again is not what do you like? I learned this yesterday. A spliff of reefer.
No, a spliff has tobacco in it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and unless you like a cigarette with your coffee, you probably don't want a spliff in the morning.
Okay, so it's not. It would be, but a fatty would be a large joint in the realm of.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of old school, though. I feel like fatty's kind of like 90s, maybe like early kind of hip hop.
Light up
scene
that
or something.
fatty.
Yeah, getting fatties out there.
But that implies that it's an excessive amount of weed in the joint. Is that correct, Josh?
Would you say that most people don't smoke spliffs in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Like
Spliffs are super...
most people just smoke blunts or joints. Spliffs are another country.
Really?
I don't even know how you got that in your lexicon.
In the UK, it's
Somebody
very
told
popular.
them about it.
The weed is so bad, they need to mix it with something so it tastes better. But here we have the creme de la creme. So
your weed tastes like Marlboro. Delicious.
Yeah.
So then you're actually developing a cigarette smoking habit as well.
Yes.
Oh, so you've got nicotine.
What, your lungs are picky? What, you want marijuana or tobacco? You think they care?
Well, I mean, I think doesn't the average smoker smoke a pack a day? You don't smoke a pack of reefer a day, do you?
It depends who you are.
Yeah, that would be.
Snoop Dogg does. Mike Tyson does.
Tyson, yeah.
I had a period in 2016 where I was kind of goofing around.
Real productive period. Hope you weren't using a chainsaw. Now, Patty G and I have been talking. And he's been doing some editing, if you will, some work on some of his songs. And I thought we would open up early with a song, if that's okay with you, Pat.
Sure.
The one I'm talking about involves a Ferris wheel. And by the way, we have a conflict here in the room. I'm a big fan of the Ferris wheel.
Me too. Love it.
And Josh, you are not.
Well, I'm just, they frighten me. I think they look cool. I wish I enjoyed them.
We have a video of Josh and I on the Ferris wheel from a few years ago.
Really?
Because I didn't believe him. Because this guy he likes horror movies. And
Yeah, not much scares me. That does.
Yeah, and he was frightened.
Well,
I felt so bad that I made him do that.
I think there were a couple people probably trying to make a video on a Ferris wheel. This took place at the great amusement park, Cedar Point in northern Ohio, Sandusky, Ohio, to be precise, right on Lake Erie. Has some of the best roller coasters in the world.
Sure.
A bunch of them. And also, of course, it has a Ferris wheel. And according to the Sandusky Police Department, a couple was engaged, sort of flagrant delicto, if you will, in the most intimate of encounters on the Ferris wheel.
Both watching the amusement park go by.
and as my mother would say, old enough to know better. 32 years of age. Initially, they denied the allegations, and then I guess the woman said she'd been over to pick up a pack of cigarettes, and he was trying to help her.
Surprise!
Apparently, he was trying to help her, apparently with his genitalia. They later admitted to police that they had, in fact, had a sexual congress, if you will, aboard the Cedar Point ride. We learned a lot yesterday. For example, we learned that Mr. Jeff Oskey, who was sitting in for Chick today, Mr. Jeff Oskey had at one point intended to have some kind of sexual encounter.
Yeah, me and a lovely lady I was seeing, it was one of her fantasies to do it on a Ferris wheel, and we went to the county fair and tried it, and come to find out my penis is afraid of heights, so nothing took place.
Oh, boy.
My sister, who lives in England, took the time and trouble to email me yesterday saying how much she enjoyed your confession. And she even found an emoji of a Ferris wheel to underscore. So Jeff, you've gotten a big laugh over in the UK.
Yes, that's one of the more famous Ferris wheels now, isn't it?
They have that gigantic
Eye of the Sky.
Eye of London, yeah.
Oh, is it Eye of London? Yeah.
Now, Patty G, you want to favor us with this tune?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like we have some technical difficulties. Yeah, we do. You want to wait?
Yeah, we'll get that all fixed up. Sorry.
My sabotage has worked.
Got a little buzz over here.
Okay, we'll get it fixed. Again, my theory on these two people having sex on the Ferris wheel. I think that this is another sort of what OnlyFans or TikTok video or whatever.
You know, there are some people that just get their
rocks
off, so to speak.
Well put, Christy.
Doing a public.
Speaking of getting your rocks off, coming up, we have an update on that story about about the monkeys that scientists have observed the monkeys using stones and rocks as what they term sex toys.
That's gotta hurt. Yeah. Good thing they have a lot of hair down there.
Maybe this explains those baboons' red asses. God, that hurts. Yeah. Okay. All these fun stories coming up. Plus, we have a story about the country of Japan trying to get young people to drink more alcohol.
Is that right?
Do they have a problem?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever had sake? I don't think it's not that bad.
No, I have never had sake.
Oh, warm sake? Oh.
Yeah, I like it too.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little rice wine?
Yep.
Okay, well, we're going to find out why they're not drinking enough. Plus, we have strippers trying to unionize.
Oh, really?
Yeah, should be very interesting. And we have dreadlocks in the news. I kind of associate dreadlocks with reggae and back to marijuana. So we'll maybe have the opportunity for some international marijuana news. Now,
my waiter last night had some nice dreads.
Really?
Really nice, yeah.
Not as nice as the ones we have. We have the world record.
He had them kind of pulled up in like a ponytail thing, and it looked good.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Do you?
It's not gonna happen for me. Right, I'll remind you, Napa Auto Parts has a mission. They want to keep you in motion. They want to keep that truck you're driving or that car you're driving working well for you. So I should remind you, Napa's been doing this for almost a century. They're known for having hundreds of thousands of quality parts and the expert knowledge that drivers need. Those folks behind the counter have what we call Napa know-how. Napa wants to help you and drivers like you on the road. Stay on the road with confidence. There are nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers. So you are never far from the quality products and trusted service that your ride needs from our friends at Napa. How do you find them? You go to NapaOnline.com. You'll find the nearest Napa location. And by the way, you can find out about all their various services involving delivery and curbside pickup, et cetera, et cetera. From our friends at Napa. When we come back, we have one really weird story today. This kind of reminds me of something from a few years ago. They found a foot in a shoe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. They found a human foot.
You think
in
you'd know
a
if you
shoe.
lost one?
Yeah. Well, when you find out where they found it, I'm wondering if the rest of it is, what's the word I'm looking
Boiled?
for? Yeah, that would be a good answer. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, Mark Allison along with you here on a Friday morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Chick McGee on assignment today, but we have quite the morning planned for you, our listener. The big green eggs are already warming up on the front porch of the Frigamall building, and we are going to be breaking those bad boys open and cooking this morning. That's right. Oh, it's so exciting. We also got a chance for you to win beginning Wednesday, August 31st. You can make your picks in our Pigskin Pick'em Challenge. Yes, it's back. Your chance to win your own Big Green Egg Mini Max. You can pick each week of the pro football regular season. If you pick the most winners, you could win the Big Green Egg Mini Max. It's that simple. Now, it's not available yet, of course, because it's not the end of the month, but keep that in mind. Details soon at bobandtom.com/contest as we roll through together on this Friday morning. Also on the way, Jeff Oskey in the news we failed to mention, and our Big Green Egg Cookout all morning long right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News. Hey, Cream Magazine's making a comeback. The first issue comes out next month, only available by subscription. And the first issue will feature an excerpt from a never-published book about The Who, a fresh look at the Osmonds' 1972 rock album. We all remember that. And the Stars Cars feature will be revived with a look at what Slash drives. The magazine will also feature articles on rap and R&B acts. Cream's publisher, J.J. Kramer, says he spent most of his adult life trying to get the magazine back after his mother sold it in 1985. And the Game of Thrones prequel is coming out. You guys who are fans of the show know that characters that you meet, you get to know, then get killed off. House of Dragon will premiere Sunday on HBO. And LL Cool J, Nicki Minaj, and Jack Harlow are going to co-host the MTV Video Music Awards. Harlow also is one of the lead nominees, with 7 tying him with Lil Nas X and Kendrick Lamar. You can watch the VMAs August 28th. They'll be held in Newark, New Jersey. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Time now for the guy who would rather watch Star Wars than have sex.
Hey, babe. I was talking to the girls over at Delta Gamma, and they were thinking you and I should drop by and have a little fun.
Hold on 1 second. This is the best part. Vader's got Luke cornered.
Come on, honey. Why don't you corner me in the DG house? There's a sorority full of girls just dying to feel your force.
Oh, wow. Just look at the way Vader swings his lightsaber. Wait. Luke's about to get his hand cut off.
You know, we'd really like to see the way you swing your lightsaber. I told all the girls about it.
Dude, here it comes. Vader's gonna tell Luke he's his father. That's not true. That's impossible. Come to the dark side, Luke.
Baby, you can come to the dark side if you want, right now.
I'll never turn to the dark side. I'm Luke Skywalker.
Fine, forget it. You're more like Luke Skywhacker. Enjoy going Han Solo tonight, dork.
You know, those are two separate characters, and actually it's pronounced Han, not Han. See, Han was actually a Corellian orphan who became a smuggler, and Luke was the son of Anakin who became a Jedi.
All right, that's enough. This has been the guy who would rather watch Star Wars than have sex.
That is so sad.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. Nice to see you all, especially you, Christy Lee, at the news desk.
Oh, Josh, you're so kind.
Oh, there's Pat Godwin. All set in there, my friend?
I think.
Okay, good. Jeff Oskey sitting in for one Chick McGee this morning.
Howdy.
Nice to see you, Oskey. Ace Cosby over there at the track phone hotline, hot phone.
Joshy.
Oh, you got a little song for me?
People can see you on YouTube right now.
Yeah, they can. It's a spoken word. There's Billy Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Josh Arnold, the Upside Sidekick Chair, and there's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Now, we were talking about something in poor taste, I think.
Ferris wheel sex?
Yeah, what is it called?
Ferris wheel sex?
Ferris wheel sex, yeah, that was the issue. At the fabulous Cedar Point, a couple was arrested for allegedly trying to have intimate relations on board the Ferris wheel. 32 years of age, like I said, as my mom would say, old enough to know better.
Yeah.
The woman at first claimed she was just bending over to pick up a pack of cigarettes. But they
was he using a pole to help her?
Allegedly, their genitalia were visible to those below.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, they're kids at amusement
they really
parks.
got the upshot, huh?
Yeah, it's not nice. So I think at first he said it was a corn dog or something. He tried to get away. But Pat, you have a song about this sort of thing?
I do, yeah.
Headed to Ohio, going to Cedar Point. On the way in the car, we smoked a joint. You got no bra on, and I can see your headlights. Hopped on the blue streak, I'm so turned on. Maybe we should do it in the parking lot. We'll get on a ride where no one can see us. Do me, mama, on the Ferris wheel. Do me, mama, let me cop a feel. Hey, mama, do me. Little children are traumatized. Cops are waiting at the end of the ride. But hey, mama, do me. Yeah. Lying to the police was my best bet. I said she just bent over for cigarettes. My pants fell down and I slipped on top of her. Do me, mama, on the Ferris wheel. Our bed at home has no sex appeal. Hey, mama, do me. Cedar Point will probably sue me.
Thank you very much, Patty G.
Very nice.
Yeah, I got a letter from a guy. I don't have it in front of me. He did it on a
Tilt-a-whirl?
A bumper car.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
He got rear-ended.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
Okay, that was a lie. Okay.
Me right in, didn't you?
We had another story yesterday or the day before, I forget, that, Pat, you kind of weighed in on. I thought this was so odd. The cruise ship industry.
Oh, yeah, you can live on them full time.
Yeah, someone is releasing a ship
I think I
that you can actually live on. it's almost like a assisted living on the sea, I guess.
Not necessarily. The MV Narrative will offer 547 residences and a range of amenities as it sails to 6 continents. They will also offer a youth education program that can serve as a school for children on board. So they're not just marketing this to the old people.
Continents. A word they're happy to hear on that.
Sure. We'll be incontinent on 7 different continents.
Residences start at $1 million, run up as high as $8 million for the ship's lifetime, not necessarily yours. And there's also some 24-year leases, which start at about $616,000. That's a hell of a bargain if you
kind of. I mean, if you sell your house, yeah. You've got
food, everything. You got everything there.
Yep.
Wow.
Are these people that are retired, or could people like working from home with Wi-Fi on there?
Yeah, because they said kids could be on board. So
you said it's primarily the elderly, though, Pat. There are people that, because you were on the ships a lot, and there are people that just stay on them forever.
Yeah, I knew this one woman who came to every show. She lived on the ship. She would get off at customs, walk right back inside the ship, and that's how she lived.
Yeah.
And she loved it. She was just a sweet little old lady, came to every show.
And if you expire, you can be buried at sea.
Sure.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
Do they do that on ships?
No, they don't do that, no.
Oh, they don't do that?
No.
That's a fair
why?
question.
They just throw you overboard.
Well, in the movies, they wrap you up and put some weights in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are passengers on a cruise ship. These aren't. It's not a military funeral or some disgraced terrorist or something. Yeah, thank you.
I don't know. It's handy if you're a grandparent that doesn't want to look after your grandkids.
True.
Hey, sorry I'd come babysit, but I'm in Aruba. It's just interesting, I think.
Not my cup of tea, but
dinner every day at 3:00. I guess that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't you get tired of it? Didn't you get tired of being at sea?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It's like being in prison at sea, and I was going through a divorce, so I wanted to be home with my son. It was rough on me, but people love it.
Okay.
I think you either love it or you hate it. I don't think there's like a middle ground.
Well, this one, this particular ship has 20 restaurants and bars, 3 pools, a bowling alley, a gym.
Everything you need.
Sure, they have the shuffleboard and all that.
Yep.
Wouldn't have
Probably
to
a spa.
Wouldn't have to get in a car.
Mike has written in, though. He says the problem with living on a cruise ship is all your neighbors are the kind of people that want to live on a cruise ship.
Very well written, Mike.
A lot of Tommy Bahama.
That's how I feel. That's kind of how I feel about Dave Matthews. It's like, I want to go to that Dave Matthews concert, but then I'll be surrounded by people who like to go to Dave Matthews concerts.
There's a subtle logic to that. I think that's very, very true. I've got another letter here. If you want to reach us, how do you do that, Jeff Oskade, you know?
I have no clue.
Okay, good. Oh, that's
Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com.
Sure. Thank you very much.
The phone number, too.
Listen, you can text us. How do you text us, Josh?
888-262-8661. I get 10 cents per text that comes in. It really helps load my coffers, if you will.
This comes to us from Jeremy. He writes, I play darts in a dart league on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Last Wednesday, our league was packed. People were very rowdy and getting in the way of our dart games. Now, we decided to play the booty song. Now, this is where this gets interesting.
Oh, the Tim Wilson
The
song?
Tim Wilson song, the booty song. I made the segue because the booty song is played a lot on ships, right, Pat?
Absolutely.
It was kind of a hit in the Caribbean.
Okay.
And I'll play it for you in just a second. He goes, the touch tune jukeboxes there, you can pay extra to skip other people's songs.
That's right, yeah.
Oh.
So we played the booty song 10 times in a row, clearing the bar.
Yeah.
I bet the owner was happy.
Except for one elderly couple. Okay, I can see how that would happen. The booty song is really quite clever. Tim at the time put together a really good band. They were kind of going for that Philadelphia soul case in the booty. Thank you very much. The booty song. It's a contemporary classic. Now we have Christy Lee at the news desk.
Yep.
We'll check in with a couple quick stories before we get to some sporting news. I will remind you it's a special day here at the Bob and Tom Show. We are celebrating the beginning of the football season. And, of course, it's an extension of the grilling season. And today we are grilling with the Rolls-Royce of grills, the Big Green Egg. We will be giving away a bunch of big green eggs throughout the football season with a very special feature that will test your football knowledge. You get to do some picks. We had a bunch of winners last year. It was really fun. And we have Mark, Tom, and James out there preparing some stuff on the big green egg. We're going to begin with the so-called breakfast fatty. It is not, once again, a marijuana reefer-laden joint. It is a delightful egg dish. Mm-hmm. Also, I believe we're going to be weaving bacon. Is that?
That's the casing of the fatty.
It's wrapped in bacon.
It's wrapped in
a bacon weave.
And I found out yesterday the bacon is woven before it's cooked.
Yes. Well, of course.
Sure.
Tom, think about that.
and they roll it.
Crack and crumble.
You're sometimes the stupidest, smartest man I've ever known.
I'm just curious. I think crispy bacon might be kind of...
Yeah.
What's going on at the news desk?
A couple of things that I wanted to bring up because I know there are a lot of Game of Thrones fans out there. The prequel finally here, House of the Dragon, premieres Sunday on HBO. Yeah. And this one's just for you, Ace.
No.
Cream Magazine is coming back.
I read that.
They're going to be subscription only. The first issue, the reason I bring this up, Cream Magazine, if you're not familiar, was pretty much a hard rock kind of magazine.
It was CREEM.
Right.
And their mascot was what? Boy Howdy.
Yeah.
Which I never quite understood.
I was mentioned in Cream Magazine back in 81 or 82.
You were mentioned in Cream Magazine?
I'll bring it in for you.
Cool.
The first issue comes out next month. It's only available by subscription. It'll feature an excerpt from a never-published book about The Who, and this is what caught my attention. A fresh look at the Osmonds' 1972 rock album.
Interesting.
That is not Cream material.
Like Donnie and Marie Osmond?
Yes.
Don't you remember Crazy Horses?
No.
You wouldn't think that's metal.
No.
That's the Osmonds?
Yes.
Rock album?
Dean, Crazy Horses.
Hard pass. Over
Yeah,
here.
no joke.
Wasn't that the magazine that Lester Bangs
I think so.
ran? And he's portrayed in the movie Almost Famous.
Right.
Yeah, by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
By Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Lester Bangs wrote one of the greatest reviews of all time. This is obscure. I apologize in advance. Neil Diamond had a live album called Hot August Night.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this.
I loved it.
Remember the review?
No. Was it bad?
I really can't put it. I'll find the excerpt from Mr. Lester Bangs.
Okay.
It's some of the highest quality rock criticism ever.
If I remember right, the writers for Cream were notoriously critical.
Oh, yeah. That I remember that, too.
They had a lot of... Kiss was on the cover a lot.
Yeah, well, duh. That's why Ace was a big fan. They're also going to do a feature that I always like, Stars Cars. And the first one is going to be Slash drives. So that'd be kind of cool.
I like that, too.
Yeah,
Stars Cars,
me too.
The guys from Aerosmith in front of the wheels. And
yeah, but the Osmonds, come on. J.J. Kramer is doing this, and he is the son of the founder of Cream, of course, Barry Kramer. So
wasn't one of them a little bit country and the other one was a little bit rock and roll?
Donnie was supposed to be rock and roll.
Right.
I was a Donnie Osmond fan. It was not rock and roll.
You said that album was metal-esque?
No, I said the song. They had a hit called Crazy Horses.
Crazy Horses.
That sounds sort of metal?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I've got to hear it.
Dean's not even looking it up.
No, he shouldn't be. No, but I can find it on my own.
I found I found an excerpt of the famous review. Once again, that was from Neil Diamond's live album,
Hot August Nights.
Yeah, Hot August Night.
Oh.
And it was a live. They recorded Neil in concert. I'm kind of a fan.
At the Hollywood Bowl, I
think. This actually, Lester Bangs had moved over to Rolling Stone at that time, but on the cover, Lester Bangs wrote, Neil's pantomiming wanging his clanger. And from the look on his face, I say he's about to shoot off. and the only bogus part is that he'd like everybody out there to think it's 13 inches long. So you can see where the review's going.
Sure.
Wanging his clanger.
Possibly one of the most famous reviews in the history of rock reviews. Here's the photograph.
He's all hunched over. His hair.
It looks.
Yeah. Back when
and
Neil
he had long hair, but it was coiffed a little too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like blown dry. You could see him probably had 4 people backstage puffing it out for him. Yeah. and which would, of course, become very fashionable years later with various heavy metal bands.
Sure.
So he kind of predated the 80s hair bands. Well, we'll certainly look forward to a new edition of Cream Magazine. Now, what else have you got over there?
Well, Yellowstone National Park officials have launched an investigation because a park employee spotted part of a foot in a shoe floating in a hot spring.
Oh.
The discovery at Abyss Pool led to the temporary closure of the West Thumb Geyser Basin and its parking lot. Abyss Pool is 53 feet deep. The temperature, about 140 degrees Fahrenheit.
So do they think somebody fell in there and the only thing left is the...
Well, that would be my assumption.
I'm thinking that's where the bears throw the parts they don't want anymore.
Or maybe they cooked there.
Yeah, maybe they were just making
little sous vide.
Right.
Or maybe the rest of the guy's okay, but he's missing that.
The rest of the guy is okay.
Well, you know.
He could go pick up a new one at that place. What's it called? They do advertising. The Good Foot Store?
Yeah.
He could get the... See, it's...
Yeah, right. I don't
just the one that he needs.
I don't know if they actually...
Well, if the guy was hiking, he's in trouble because... You know, a foot's kind of one of the main components necessary for a decent hike.
It'd be hopping, and that would be tough.
Wow, that's really bad. Remember a few years ago they kept finding shoes with a
I was on the East Coast,
like on
wasn't
a beach
it?
or something. No, it was near Vancouver,
Oh, was
British
it?
Columbia.
Yeah, I know it was. Oh,
I don't know if they ever
discover what was going on there.
Mitch Hedberg famously said a severed foot is the ultimate stocking stuffer, which shows why that man was actually a genius. Wow, that's hot, 140 degrees.
Yeah.
We had a thing last year where some guy went off the
beaten path.
Yeah, they have kind of, what do you call them? Like
hiking trails.
Yeah, but they're like boardwalks, kind of. They're elevated, and you can.
Yeah.
And some guy decided he would bushwhack it, and ended up getting poached.
Yeah,
that'd be one of the worst ways to go. I think
that's gotta be rough. Yeah.
Being hunted by man.
No,
being
falling in a geyser.
Yeah, not that kind of poaching. Like you poach an egg.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that he went on the wrong hunting trail and then
it was most dangerous.
Sir, your limit
like the
is
Hunger
one.
Games.
Now, we're going to be checking in with Mr. Godwin with some more music. We do have some sporting news, and we're getting some pretty good mail here, so we'll look forward to reading what you have to say. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How well would you want to take care of your car? Well, of course you want to take care of your car. We'll do the same to your entire life. You want to take care of your psyche, your brain. You want to keep your brain healthy. So maybe take a power nap, learn a foreign language, do something to keep yourself busy. Maybe do Wordle every day. Yesterday in 3, thank you.
Oh, God.
BetterHelp is online therapy. And therapy can be very good for your brain. BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can do it via video. You can do it on the phone. You can do chat-only live therapy sessions. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to, but if you do, you can. And it's much more affordable than in-person therapy. You can be matched, by the way, with a therapist at BetterHelp Online in about 48 hours. So find out more details by going to betterhelp.com/BT Show. This is a special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners where you can get 10% off your first month. Once again, this is online therapy at betterhelp.com/BT Show. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy. BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT Show. When we come back, we have more exciting things in the news, a hunk of animal action. We have strippers unionizing. We have also an answer to a question I asked yesterday. I'd heard about Dodge getting rid of the Charger and a couple of their muscle cars, and I'm wondering, gee, they're going to make an electric one apparently, but I wanted to know about the sound. We have the answer. Sonic news about an electronic vehicle on the way. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
we got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Yes, Chick McGee out today. Of course, he was out at this time yesterday as well, and then magically appeared in the 7 o'clock hour. Today, probably not going to happen. Chick McGee on assignment in his bathroom. At any rate, thanks for joining us. We're all here this morning. It's a big green egg cookout on the Bob and Tom Show front porch of the Friggamole building. Have you checked the menu? The breakfast fatty, including sausage, egg, cheese, onions, wrapped in a bacon weave. Yes, please. Pickled watermelon rinds, tailgate brats. Oh, I love brats. And wings. That's right. We're going to give this big green egg cookout a workout today. We're going to fill it with food and cook it, and then we're going to eat it. It's going to smell so good, and you can just sit there and listen and watch and think about how good it tastes. Oh, it's a big green egg cookout all morning long right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison. With a look at things you may have missed, Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. The software flaws could potentially allow attackers to take complete control of these devices, Apple said Wednesday. The company said in a security statement it's aware of a report the issue may have already been actively exploited. Security experts have advised users to update affected devices. The iPhone 6S and later models, newer iPads and Mac computers running Mac OS Monterey. It also affects some iPod models. Commercial spyware companies are known for using such flaws in products designed to introduce malware and siphon data from targeted phones and other devices. Meanwhile, CNN says it has canceled its weekly program about the media. Reliable sources and the host, Brian Stelter, will be leaving the network. The show, which predated Stelter's arrival from the New York Times, will have its latest and last telecast on Sunday. Under the new president at CNN, Chris Licht, they've been looking to cut costs, but also put a less opinionated product on the air. Stelter has written a book about the Fox News channel and has been critical of that network on the air. The Reliable Sources newsletter that summed up each day's media news will continue. Stelter said that he was grateful for his 9 years at CNN and proud of the show and thankful to all of its viewers. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
We were getting ready to go out last night for anniversary supper, and I was saving, splashing on my Aquavelva, and let me tell you, even after all these years, this still brings out the band in me.
Oh, nice. Good.
So as I'm finishing up my splash on, she steps out of the shower to dry off, and she looks at me and she said, "I saved in the shower for tonight, Floyd, so you know what that means, right?" I said, "I sure do. That means that shower drains need to be snaked again."
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hi, folks. Billy Mazing here with another amazing revolutionary product exclusively for Bob and Tom Show listeners. Ladies, how many times has this happened to you? You've spent a night hitting the bars and drinking way more than you should, but when it's time to hurry to the bathroom and vomit, your BFF is making out with some guy by the jukebox. Suddenly, you don't have anyone to hold your hair there. Well, now your worries are over thanks to my amazing Barf-Away barrettes. Only $19.95 for a set of 2. 3 sets for $89.95 plus shipping and handling. Yes, these fashionable accessories can be attached at the first signs of queasiness, holding even the most unruly coif out of the line of fire. Each Billy Amazing Barf-Away barrette utilizes oversized pinch clips, making them simple to apply, even for the most impaired fingers. Just put them on as you're making a beeline toward the facilities and don't worry about a thing. Barf-Away barrettes work like magic to keep your hair swept back from your face and free of stomach contents, tooth fillings, and toilet water. You'll emerge from the bathroom or back alley stylish, empty, and ready for more.
Yeah.
Just clip it, unload, and forget it. Best of all, if you order in the next 5 minutes, I'll include a tub of Be Gone breath mints for absolutely free plus shipping and handling of $29.95. What comes up or down is nobody's business but yours with these powerful breath scrubbing mitts. So what are you waiting for? Order my Billy Amazing Barf-Away barrettes and
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show. I was waiting for Chick's voice.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait a while.
No.
Did you notice over there the guy with the big, thick beard?
Yeah, Jeff Oskey.
Not Chick.
That's Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee at the sports desk. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin in the music laboratory.
Hi, Josh.
Ace Cosby sitting over there at the track hotline phone hot.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Josh Arnold at the upside desk. Oh, my goodness, what is Jess Hooker doing in here?
Oh, you're going to find out in a second.
Okay, there's Tom Griswold. Champing at the bit.
I asked her to step in. Is it champing or chomping?
Champing.
It's actually champing.
How weird.
I know.
Now, we have a letter here. This comes to us from Sioux Falls.
Utah.
Josh is in Colorado. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's in Canada. What? Wait a minute. No. Dear bloviating blowhards. So it must be for us. This comes to us from Scott in Sioux Falls.
Hi, Scott.
Yesterday's show altered my life forever.
Uh-oh. Hopefully, positively.
Probably not.
As a lifelong coffee drinker, I can no longer order my favorite beverage without thinking of
Frappuccino.
The Flappuccino.
Yeah,
Not the
bad.
frap, but the Flappuccino.
Yes.
Can you, in a tasteful manner, elaborate on what you discussed yesterday, the Flappuccino?
Definitely not in a tasteful manner. Yesterday we were talking about, I think Chick it looked like he had a drink or something spilled on his news, on his sports.
It was a hair. No, he had a hair.
He said it was a pubic hair.
It was a pubic hair, and
he said I teabagged his news.
And I said, girls can't teabag, they flappuccino.
There you go.
Yes.
Now, is that a street term that's out there, or is that an invention of yours?
Yeah, no. I did not come up with that. Like, that's out there. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a clam slam.
Now we're clearly.
Yeah, they call it V-bagging sometimes.
Oh, V-bagging.
Yeah, V-bagging instead of teabagging.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's absolutely right. It's right
Labia
here.
Is that good? Labia Is that anything?
Oh, okay.
Labia
So
I don't think there's any You're doing that on purpose.
is the Flappuccino in the Urban Dictionary?
It sure is, Tommy.
Wow. Well, we apologize to Scott in Sioux Falls, who will no longer be able to order a Frappuccino.
Sorry, Scott.
And by the way, Scott, man up. Just get some coffee.
No, life's hard. Get whatever coffee you want in the morning.
That's what I say.
That's fine. Just don't get in front of me and lie, and all of a sudden you walk in there and the vent, you hear the machines all whirring.
Make them quick.
Don't you get cappuccinos?
That's a man's drink, okay?
Oh, my God. There's a very slim difference between.
No, a Frappuccino, come on, it's like candy.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't be in line waiting.
Greg Warren used to go. Can I get a mocha Frappuccino? And Greg would go, if you want a milkshake, we can just go over to station.
Well, right now I want to congratulate all those great teams that made it to the Little League World Series. Mm-hmm. And it's always a lot of fun. But I thought we would feature something in the world of baseball, a little bit different than the Little League World Series. But this is about the creation of
of baseball.
Dan St. Paul is our guest. Love that. Now, we were talking about the fact that you're from San Francisco and you live there with your wife and your son.
Yeah.
And you're a sports fan, and particularly, I know you're a baseball fan.
Yes.
And a big Harry Carey fan.
Yes. Oh, I love Harry Carey. I have to tell you, though, we have a female announcer at the ballpark in San Francisco.
That's right. That's right.
Sherry Davis. Did I ever tell you that? And I went to the game before the strike last year, and it's very strange because she sounds like the phone company lady. It's weird. It's like, the third baseman is number 9, Matt Williams. Please make a note of it. and then if there's a pinch hitter, it's the batter, number 10, Royce Clayton. Has been changed.
That's the best.
I'm an old school guy. I can't handle this.
You like the male announcers,
Big Harry Carey fan. I love it. I love Harry Carey, and I love and I just Harry, of course, did the first baseball game ever played. You guys are aware of that.
Sure.
Yeah, he was the only guy around at that time.
Sure.
To do that game, and it was wonderful. I got an old tape of it, and I listened to it all the time. Hello, fans. This is Harry Carey. Welcome to today's game between the Bethlehem Braves and the Jerusalem Giants. Kind of a sparse crowd here today, as a plague of locusts has made it tough to get out to the ballpark. You can hear the vendors, hey, manna, get your manna. Who wants bread from heaven? It's hot. It's fresh. It just fell. Hot manna here. Penance, our Father's Hail Marys. Can't get absolution without an act of contrition. Who wants a rosary here? Water. Uh-oh. Wine. Who wants wine now? Peter looks into Jesus for the sign. Jesus gives him the sign. Holy cow! Peter denies it. He gives it to him again. He denies it again. Once more. That's 3 times, and Jesus is out to give Peter a sermon on the Mount. Jesus, of course, the big hero in yesterday's game, came up in the bottom of the 9th with the Braves down 3-0 and hit a bases-empty grand slam. Fans, we haven't had a miracle like that since we had fishes and loaves night here. I had a chance to talk with the Savior after the game, and this is what he had to say. Well, Harry, the ball was on the outside part of the plate. I was right time to make contact. First of all, I want to thank my father for loading the bases. Muchas gracias, señor. And also the Holy Ghost for breaking up the double play. Back to live action. Lazarus up to the plate now. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Lazarus up to the plate now. Here's the pitch. Oh, no, he's hit. He's hurt. He's down. Holy cow, he's dead. But wait a minute. He gets back up. That's the 6th time this week. That kid can take one for the team. Abraham up to the plate now, probably up here to sacrifice. Infield drawn in for the Patriarch, and now there's some action in the Bethlehem bullpen. I can't quite make out the back of his robe. It is the big number 10, Moses, just called up from the Burning Bush League. Already gaining a reputation for that lightning-fast pickoff move, reminding those runners that thou shalt not steal. Let's give it over to Steve Stone. Thank you, Harry. Fans, you want to be here this Tuesday night when the Braves meet the Cavalry Cubs. It's going to be Nabisco Communion Wafer Day here at the ballpark. All fans 33 and under get a free Eucharist signed by the Savior himself. Fans, Nabisco Communion Wafers go down smooth. Won't stick to the roof of your mouth like those cheap imitation sacraments. Sure, they cost a little more, but when it comes to your eternal salvation, isn't it worth that extra buck in the collection plate? Remember, fans, the next time you go to the rail for that body and blood, but as for the host with the most, ask for Nabisco. Thanks, Steve. Here's some scores now from around the league. A big upset. David 1, Goliath nothing. Ends a long win streak for the big guy. Oh, no, Job is on the 15-day disabled list with a bad case of leprosy. Pulled a hamstring. Pulled it right off. The Angels have sent Lucifer down. That's a shame. When that fellow was in his prime, he could throw some heat. This year, his earned run average is ballooned to a hefty 6. And here's a partial score. Sodom and Gomorrah still tied at 69.
Dan St. Paul, a San Francisco Giant fan, and one of the classics of all time about the world of baseball. And as the Little League World Series continues, and we have some interesting stuff to to get to, I should say, later today. But right now, quickly, I want to just play a little bit of this. We were talking about the return of Cream magazine, CREEM, one of the great rock and roll magazines of the 70s. It's coming back, but there's a special portrait of the Osmonds.
1972 album. I guess it was a rock album. I wasn't familiar with that.
There's a song apparently called Crazy Horses.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear
Ace?
this, Ace? Have you ever
It's the
heard
only one that features Jay Osborne.
Okay.
Jay Osmond.
Jay Osmond. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's take a taste of this. Here we go. When cartoons try to do rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's got that,
Very good.
It's got that fake.
You're exactly right.
Yes.
It sounds like a punk band in
Back then, the
SpongeBob.
Osmonds were considered like an early boy band.
And
They were.
The instruments that they're just doing fog hat. That's what it sounds like.
And
Well, they weren't known.
Foghat is just doing whatever, some classic blues riff.
Well, that's fine by me.
The Osmonds didn't play any instruments. They just got out there and sang. So I did not know they had a hard rock album.
Well, we'll find out less when we come back. Coming up in the news, we have pigs on the loose. There's a lot of loose animals out there. Are we running out of fences? We've got loose animals all over the place. Strippers that are going to unionize. A new perfume from a very odd source. The sound of an electric car coming up, and they want people to drink more in Japan. We'll find out why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Dad, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, hope you're having a wonderful Friday morning. Thanks so much for being here with us on Bob and Tom 24/7. Yesterday, Jess Hooker brought in the wonderful peanut butter pie, and oh my gosh, was that good. But today, the big green egg cookout. That's right, the big green egg is heating up on the front porch, and soon the food will be flying and cooking. The breakfast fatty, the tailgate brats, the wings. Oh, I can't wait. A fun morning to be here for sure, and don't forget, Jeff Oskey will be along with the news we failed to mention as well, and you all morning long right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A strike by London Underground workers brought the British capital's transit network to a grinding halt. The action Friday came a day after a nationwide walkout by railway staff. No subway trains were running on most of London's tube lines because of the strike over jobs, pay, and pension by members of the Rail, Maritime, and Transport Union. Passengers are being advised to stay off the subway and find another way to travel because another strike is scheduled for Saturday. Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. Great. The software flaws could potentially allow hackers to take complete control of these devices. Security experts advised users to update affected devices, the iPhone 6 and later models, newer iPads and Macs running Mac OS Monterey. It also affects some iPod models. And it's an increasingly familiar sight in the U.S. Workers in gloves and masks spraying our yards for mosquitoes. As climate change widens, the insect's range and length is prime season has extended, and more of us are resorting to professional extermination. But the chemical bombardment worries scientists who fear overuse of pesticides is harming pollinators and worsening a growing threat to birds that eat insects. Many beneficial insect species are now threatened with extinction, and experts are saying spraying should be a last resort after removing breeding sites like standing water. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Good morning, sunshine. Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Oh, man. Hey, Bob, you okay?
Why do you ask, Tom?
I noticed you're scratching your crotch and kind of clutching your chest.
Yeah, well, I have jock itch and a really bad case of indigestion.
Have you taken anything for it?
That's just it, Tom. I don't know what to take.
Here, try one of these.
Okay, you're the doctor, but what is it?
It's the only medicine you can take that relieves both painful indigestion and pesky jock itch at the same time.
What's it called?
Bob, it's from the people who make Tums. It's called Scrotums.
Tom's right, Bob. New Scrotums can relieve indigestion and jock itch in just minutes.
Feeling better, Bob?
Oh, like $1 million.
Let me buy you a beer.
Great.
And how about some nuts?
Thanks.
Yes, thanks to Scrotums, Bob can have a handful of nuts without attracting disgusted stares or worrying about a bad case of indigestion. Scrotums, the only product on the market that relieves jock itch and indigestion at the same time. Get your hand out of the front of your pants, put it in your back pocket, pull out your wallet, and buy some Scrotums today. Just look for the fuzzy little bag the next time you're at the drugstore. Scrotums from Frigamall Pharmaceuticals, the same people who brought you the product that relieves painful corns on your feet and itchy hot hemorrhoids. Cornhole H. Right, Bob?
Rightio.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
21st and Keystone.
And welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Josh, take it.
Hey, it is the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you, Tom. Christy, you take it.
No.
That's Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin, it's all yours.
Hey, take it, but take it easy.
He's got some songs. Well, we've already heard.
We have a special introduction coming in a matter of moments.
Oh,
okay.
Terrific. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee this morning.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. Ace Cosby over there at the board.
Hello, friends.
Willie G, how the heck are you?
Good morning, Josh. I'm great, man. How you doing?
Good, very good. I'm Josh Arnold at the Upside Desk, and there's Tom Griswold.
It's the Upside Sidekick desk.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's Tom Griswold. And please introduce our special guest.
Well, we have a special musical introduction for our guest because let me just say before I get to our guest, we are having a special cookout today.
Oh yeah,
with the Rolls Royce of grills. I like to call it, and no one else does, but I do. It's the Big Green Egg, and we actually have some representatives from the Big Green Egg people out on our porch, and we'll get to them in just a second. But I wanted to mention that the reason we're doing this is we are going to be giving away some Big Green Eggs throughout the football season.
Right.
We had a special thing last year we did that was super fun and cool, and you get to try to pick against Chick McGee. And every week, depending on how you do, you could be winning a Big Green Egg. So that's the basis for this. Now, we have a special guest in the studio, and I thought Pat could probably do the introduction best, please. Okay.
This is a tribute to Bye Bye Birdie, and this part was played by Paul Lynde. It's obscure, but I think...
Yes, Paul Lynde, of course, sang this song in the movie Bye Bye Birdie. But.
Yeah. Us, working with Pat Sullivan. Pat Sullivan. Me, Pat Godwin, working with Pat Sullivan. Pat Sullivan. How could any show be half as fortunate as we? We'll be coast to coast with our favorite host. Everyone, Pat Sullivan.
I apologize, Pat Sullivan.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, there's a lot of work that went into that. Tremendous.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that took.
You took out the line, we're going to be on Pat Sullivan.
Yes. Oh,
that might have been misinterpreted.
Been, yes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. That, of course, was the famous tribute to Ed Sullivan.
Sure.
In the movie Bye Bye
Birdie. Okay.
It's one of the greatest songs of all time.
Is it?
Bye Bye Birdie. I got a lot of living to do. Oh, it's great stuff.
Sorry.
Pat Sullivan is here with us, and he
got a lot of grilling to do.
Paul, take a break.
Now, wait a minute. No, let's talk to Paul Lynde for just a second.
Oh, sure.
Now, weren't you on Hollywood Squares?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't there a conversation you had with Josh once famously on Hollywood Squares?
Oh, absolutely.
The part of Peter Marshall for me.
Oh, I'd be happy to, Mr. Lynde. Now, why do motorcyclists wear leather?
Because chiffon wrinkles so easy.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't remember exactly.
That was. Thank you very much. That was our Ed Sullivan / Pat Sullivan tribute. Pat, good morning and welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Now, you are an expert on the Big Green Egg.
We sell a lot of Big Green Eggs. I don't know if I would call myself an expert. I mean, because the experts are the customers who use the Big Green Egg. It's a bit cultish-like. You might say in a good way. I mean, without the Kool-Aid. I mean, it's just, it really,
sure.
You know, it's, they really, I mean, it really is a lifestyle for a lot of people. They absolutely love it.
The Big Green Egg is a very complicated, gigantic grill, right?
Ceramic.
Well, it seems complicated, but it really isn't once you get
Why do they call it that, Christy? Let's go with that way.
Because it looks like a big green egg.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
It's cool looking, yeah.
And we've got a couple of them out there on our porch, and we're going to check in. There we go. We have, I believe, that is Mark on camera there. Okay.
Hi, Mark.
Mark is going to tell us, what are we cooking? I heard something about a breakfast fatty. Willie was a little confused.
True.
About the content of a breakfast fatty.
Stop throwing me under the bus for thinking that I wanted to smoke pot at work today, okay? I thought it was going to be a fun morning.
Have you ever been out from under the bus with your father?
No, never actually. Thank you for making that thing to acknowledge.
Yes. We have the Big Green Eel up and running. Tell me, what is a breakfast fatty?
Breakfast fatty is a bacon weave,
gigantic piece of sausage with egg on the inside, onion, green pepper, a lot of seasoning, and we're cooking it indirect on the Mini Max, which is our only true portable big green egg. And this has been cooking for about an hour and 20 minutes, and it's going to be just heaven.
How big is that? Is it the size of a football? We'll give you a...
No, big.
Yeah, for the NFL promotion that we're doing, football size.
There's no scale there. I found out that you make this bacon weave while the bacon's still uncooked, right?
Yes.
Uncooked, flexible.
Exactly.
Yeah, because weaving crisp bacon would be a trick.
Yeah.
Why don't you weave the studio? Ask some real questions.
Mark Cyan is our big green egg chef. And so what's the temperature inside that baby right now?
Right now we're at about 300, 325. We cooked it at a little lower temperature this morning when we got here. And we got Tom back here. He's an egghead. When Pat mentions our big fans of the big green egg, Tom is a true foodie. And Tom actually was the constructor of that breakfast fatty. And not to mention those pickled watermelon rinds we're going to have in a little bit, guys.
Oh, those are really something.
Yeah, they really are.
What?
Yes, we had them last year. And who knew?
You can eat the watermelon
Oh, not only can you should.
Really?
Yes.
Do you cook it?
Pickle it and wrap it in bacon, cook it on the big green egg, and it's fantastic. I think it's born from the Depression era, I do believe, when they had to eat just about everything. So.
Now you're just making stuff up, Mark. Did I tell you that?
You could have. I don't know.
Well, I know at the state fair they do that thing where they deep fry
everything.
This takes place all over the country now.
Sure.
They'll do deep fried butter and the deep fried whatever. I don't know what the squirrel. I'm not sure what it is this year. But
Squirrel.
I know they do a lot of different things at your local state fair. Well, we're looking forward to trying the breakfast fatty. How soon is that going to be ready?
I'm thinking it's ready almost now. We're checking it. Tom's going to check that internal temperature with that big green egg thermometer, and
that thermometer looks very serious.
It sure does.
Yeah,
it does. It's got my mom used.
Yeah. Is that how she inserted it too?
In the roast there.
Tight. Very, very tight. Well, we'll be looking forward to cooking with the big green egg, and once again, we're going to be giving away a bunch of these. And we'll find out more about how it works in just a few minutes. In the meantime, we'll check in with... You got a news story for us, Christy Lee?
Yeah, we're not going to sports at all today? Or?
Well, we could, except Chick's not here, and I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, okay. I gave you the world records, or just really
Okay, go ahead. What have you got over there?
Okay, well, a Florida woman has broken her own Guinness World Record for the longest set of dreadlocks.
Oh.
60-year-old Asha Mandela first earned the title in 2009 when her dreadlocks measured 19 feet and 6.5 inches long.
Man, psycho.
Now her dreadlocks are longer than ever, measuring 110 feet long.
Well, that's insane.
Okay.
Her hair, which took 40 years to grow, weighs a total of 42 pounds. That's a child. That's a large child, 42 pounds. Rather than use the term dreadlocks, Asha refers to her own hair as her royal crown of locks or her cobra.
Is that right?
So she wraps it around her head like a snake?
There's a picture over here. It looks like she's got it like in a big sack. Hanging it's like a backpack of hair.
How about that?
Asha does not like referring to her hair as dreadlocks because she does not think there is anything dread about her locks. The process of washing her so-called locks includes up to 6 bottles of shampoo once a week and 2 full days.
I thought it included nothing. I didn't think you washed dreadlocks.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Huh.
2 full days for them to dry. Wow.
Can you imagine them wet? They must be 80 pounds.
Just limit your ability to exercise.
Do anything.
Have a car drive next to you.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. Good for her.
No, she's nuts. She's insane.
Look at that, Josh.
You'd have to buy an extra seat in the plane for your hair.
Yeah, it's too much. Too much hair.
Too much hair.
Wow.
But good for her.
Yeah.
You know, something positive here, right?
Boy, until she gets lice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet you there's more than lice living up there.
Until she gets mice.
Yeah. she probably has pieces of a breakfast fatty in there. This is disgusting. It looks awful. There's a photograph of her, and there's this trail of hair.
yeah,
in front
like
of
it.
her.
Yes.
No, thank you. Do you have a tribute
to that kid, like the Caribbean in general?
I'm not sure you got anything.
Well, okay.
You got
Whatever
anything,
you want to shoot.
you got anything with a reggae feel?
I can
Looks like he was ready.
This is called the Bimbo Limbo.
Okay.
And Josh, you can join me in the middle. You'll know where.
Okay.
I got myself a party girl down here in Aruba. It's a vacation fling, just a 2-week thing. I met her while learning to scuba. I do the bimbo limbo with the legs akimbo, getting down and dirty with a girl from Spokane, doing the bimbo limbo. Shaggy! She's satisfied with the limbo stick. She just lays her back and does the trick. She's satisfied with the limbo stick. She just lays back and does the trick. I met her at Aruba Ray's, doing flaming shots of rum. Hey! Next thing you know, we're naked on the beach, asking each other to come and do the bimbo limbo. All right, Ray.
Do the bimbo limbo.
Do a little ad here for yourself.
Do what?
An ad.
Come on down to Aruba Ray's, where every bimbo limbo is as limber as a wet reed in the sea.
It's great copy.
Doing the bimbo limbo. Shaggy! She's satisfied with the limbo stick with the bartender John and the DJ Rick. She's satisfied with the limbo stick with the pool boy Frankie and another chick. We're all doing Ray.
The bimbo limbo.
That's right, Mom.
Thank you very much.
Irene.
Aruba Ray. Thank you very much, Ray.
You're welcome.
Okay. Coming up, we're going to be digging into our breakfast fatty.
Yeah, I don't know if this woman did the limbo, but the Finnish prime minister is in a little trouble for dancing the night away.
Have you seen her?
I have not.
She's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more American politicians that look like her. Tired of these old white dudes.
Shockingly progressive.
Yes. Once again, coming up, the breakfast fatty, which is wrapped in a
bacon weave,
like a rasher of woven bacon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's about the size of a football, so it truly is a pigskin.
That's right. You know what else is coming up?
What?
Everything that you want
in life.
That's exactly right. Can be yours if you save money, of
Yes,
course.
of course.
And one way to save money is with Upside, the incredible app that everyone who buys gas needs to know about. Our listeners are earning cash back for every gallon of gas every time they fill up. Download the free Get Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use this promo code Bob and Tom for 25 cents per gallon or more on your first fill up. That's cash back, Christy Lee.
Yeah, it is.
It's easy to use. It's real cash, and it really adds up. Stop paying full price at the pump. You know what? $1 million cash back is being earned by users each week with Upside. You can earn 3 times more cash back than any other product. Those loyalty programs and credit card reward programs, they just don't match the money earned by those using Upside. And it's available at businesses all over the U.S. 30,000 plus total businesses. That includes big name brands, gas stations, and some of your favorite local places. Just use promo code Bob and Tom when you download the Upside app. It's the free Upside app. Promo code Bob and Tom. You're going to get 25 cents per gallon or more cash back on your first tank. That's code Bob and Tom on the Upside app.
Thank you very much. Coming up, a little bit of Donnie Baker and a little bit of breakfast fatties.
Ooh,
this is the Bob and Tom Show.
They don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
And a good morning to you on this Friday, August 19th. The Big Green Egg Cookout continues this morning. And by the way, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show. You can see the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now. Check it out if you want to see that big green egg and what it looks like there on the front porch, cooking up that great food. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. It is just that easy. Rolling through a Friday, Jeff Oskey in the news we failed to mention, and those big green eggs heating up the food as we speak right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom sports headlines. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson will serve an 11-game unpaid suspension, also pay a $5 million fine, and undergo required professional evaluation and counseling following accusations of sexual misconduct by over 24 women. Watson accused of sexually harassing and coercing women during massage therapy sessions while he played for the Houston Texans. The league had sought to ban him for at least 1 year for violating its personal conduct policy. Watson's suspension begins August 30th when he will not be allowed at the team's facility. He may return for the Browns game December 4th in Houston. Cleveland traded for the three-time Pro Bowler in March, signing him to a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. The Big Ten has announced its new 7-year media rights deal with Fox, NBC, and CBS that is believed to be the richest ever struck with a college sports conference. A person familiar with the contracts tells the AP the conference, soon to be 16-member universities, eventually will share more than $1 billion in revenue per year, starting in 2024 when USC and UCLA join the conference. Big Ten football Saturdays will be structured similar to the NFL. That means 3 marquee games being carried in consecutive time slots on 3 different major TV networks. That's a quick look at your sports headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, performing a musical number written especially for this evening, the Disco Lifestyle Awards are proud to present Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
I do. Let's hit it, Marty. Here we go. I like to live the disco lifestyle. I like to live in a disco world. I want to disco marry you and have a disco family, and we'll all live in a disco. I love the disco lifestyle. I love the disco lifestyle.
All right, let's.
Disco has always.
Oh, my. Okay.
Popped out.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Greg Hahn is our guest.
I went out with this one girl. Can I say this?
Sure.
Get a load of this. I'm on a date. I was out with this girl, right? Here's what she says. It's true. She says, oh, I did something she didn't like. She goes, oh, you just lost some points. Whoa, there's points involved. It's a point system that the women have. It's a point system. Men, we don't know what's going on. All we know is it involves points, and all of a sudden, we're down. You know what I mean? I was doing my impression of her mother. She's like, oh, you just lost some points. I'm like, really? How many did I start out with? Don't ask any questions. You just got to lose more points. Well, transfer my account to your younger sister.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy, Josh.
Howdy to you. Pat Godwin killing it in the musical laboratory today.
Hey, Josh.
There's Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee this morning.
Howdy.
Good to see you. Ace Cosby at the board.
Smells good.
Yes, indeed. Why? We'll tell you in just a second. Willie G, how the heck are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm Josh Arnold sitting at the upside sidekick chair, and there's Tom Griswold to tell us about our special guest.
What smells good is our special guest. Oh, that came out wrong.
Well,
I don't know. He probably smells good. He showered.
Does he? Does he really?
Yeah. Aquavelva?
Okay. No. Pat, can we do our introduction again?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Us. Working with Pat Sullivan. It's fantastic. Pat Sullivan. I'm on Pat Sullivan. Oh, you. Pat Sullivan.
He's our green egg expert. Pat Sullivan is here with us, sitting in because we are, when I say we, they are outside on the porch cooking. Mm-hmm. We're cooking with the big green egg, and starting in late August, we'll let you know how you can win a perfect big green egg mini as part of our special contest, allowing you to pick some football games. And every week of the regular football season, you can win a big green egg. I have a very nice letter about something that we do on this show involving Ace Cosby. I'm going to get to it right now. Could you answer the phone?
I'm happy to answer the track phone hotline. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man. It's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Donnie, how are you?
I'm good. I heard you guys bragging about that couple who got busted for knocking one out on the Ferris wheel at the state fair.
Well, actually, Donnie, it was the couple was accused of having intimate relations on the Ferris wheel at the Cedar Point Amusement Park.
Well, the fact remains, I love the state fair.
Me too.
I swear to God, I love all the food at the fair.
Uh-huh.
Hey, free tip from Donnie Baker. Do what I do. Hang out by the corn dog booth and then hit on the chicks that look like they know what they're doing.
Oh, boy.
Subtle.
Hey, good rule of thumb. If she don't gag it, it's time to bag it.
Johnny.
Okay? Stand right there. It's like fishing in a pay lake, Christy. You know you're going to catch something. Man, last year, I won another Molly Hatchet mirror at the booth where they guess your weight.
Really?
Rad.
And the dude wasn't even close because he hadn't factored in or accounted for the 9 pounds of hog I was smuggling in my crowd.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to throw things off.
I ain't bragging, but I was packing more pork than a 4-H barn. Man, this other time I hooked up with these two free-range carny chicks, and they work there. And their names were Shasta and Crystal Pepsi. I swear to God, Crystal went by her first and middle names like she's some kind of country singer. They was also identical twins, too.
Wow.
Nice.
And the only way you could tell them apart was Crystal Pepsi had a tattoo of Hulk Hogan's on her left thigh.
Right.
Yeah.
And Shasta, her right arm was missing.
I see. Yeah, that's one way to
indicator.
So, kids, when they say keep your arms inside the tilt-a-whirl all times, they ain't playing around.
Yeah, good point.
But my point is, that was the first time ever I got a tag team tuggy. I swear to God.
Really?
Do that math, Josh. Anyways, we hooked up later again that night at Midnight Madness. Let's just say I had my fair share of carne asada to eat that night.
Oh.
Swear to God, I did, man.
Yeah.
And afterward, I walked them back to their booth. I must have done a good job because they said I could pick any prize from the top shelf that night.
Wow.
I ain't bragging, but now Whippy has a gigantic SpongeBob SquarePants.
Lucky
I think it's SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, Tom, this SpongeBob lost one of his legs on the tilt-a-whirl, too. So, you're welcome, Christy. I'm going to go.
Thanks.
Crystal Pepsi. That kind of reminds me of something in the news. Did you see this story about the strippers that are trying to
Strippers
unionize?
at Los Angeles Strip Club trying to join a union. According to CNN, the performers at the Star Garden Topless Dive Bar in North Hollywood have filed with the National Labor Relations Board seeking to join the Actors Equity Association, a union of performers and other show business professionals.
I'm glad they chose that one as opposed to the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to be a stripper that's referred to as a member of SAG.
SAG, yeah. Among the issues they want addressed are health insurance and the club security guards repeatedly failing to protect dancers from threatening and abusive behavior
Well, that's
from
no good.
patrons. One of the strippers, known under the stage name Velveeta, said,
Lovely.
quote, "We like what we do. We would like our jobs even more if we had basic worker protections." I totally agree with them. Why wouldn't they? They're a performer. Why?
Yeah, they're trying to get twerkers' compensation.
Oh, sure, yeah. That workers' comp can really help when you're...
My question is this. If you're in SAG and AFTRA, you can only have one person with that name.
Right.
So what's a good example of this?
Destiny.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas. You can only have one person registered with that name. So if this happens, you're going to start seeing Cinnamon, Diamond, Chastity, Shasta, and Velveeta quickly gobbled up. This could create quite a problem for strippers everywhere.
So you're saying we need new stripper names? Is that what this is?
I've always felt that way.
You don't like the current ones?
Well, I guess
what would your choice be for a good stripper name?
I always like the strippers that use their real names. Yeah. Like, hi, I'm Heather. Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't care.
Becky. Becky's always good.
Becky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stage 4, Mary.
Hi, I'm Dolores.
Dolores, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back out of...
I'm still shaking it, Judge.
Yeah.
I heard the local prostitutes were also unionizing. They were starting the pipe smokers union.
As opposed to the fitters.
Yes.
Thanks, Josh. You're welcome. Yeah, no,
But in either case, you want to make sure they're union because you don't want a stripper that's a scab.
No.
No crossing lines.
Yikes. What's the old joke? The guy said, no, I want that young one over there. And then the madam says, no, I'm sorry. Gertrude has seniority. And go back to your booth and enjoy it. Well, it's interesting.
And I'll tell you what, the strip clubs in East St. Louis, those are the ones I frequented in my younger days. The bouncers were the most protective. I can't believe that these guys in L.A. aren't protecting the stripper. Like, you couldn't do anything out of line or you were literally tossed out onto the cement.
The guys in L.A. are probably trying to busy memorizing lines for their audition on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're doing sides.
They're all trying to get the new Swayze in the remake of Roadhouse.
And obviously the strippers are good at acting, so they should be in an actors union because they act like they like the guys that are there.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Willie ever fallen in love with a stripper?
I don't think so. Whenever I go to strip clubs, I just kind of, it's not my thing. It's 100% not my thing.
You are your father's son.
I haven't been in one in 30, 40 years.
Oh, it's been
last
10
time
plus.
we had to go to one for the show once. I was creeped.
He was creeped out.
I was completely creeped out.
My little cousin in a local strip club found a signed picture that my dad left at a strip club years ago. So I don't believe you.
We were there for a promotion.
No, again, let me say, I don't believe the story. I do not believe this
backed
ruse
up by Christy
I was
Lee.
there.
Yeah, I met a stripper one time in a small town. Her name was Salsa, and she was a retired stripper, and now she was the bartender. And me and Salsa had a lovely conversation.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
But I'm not a fall in love with a stripper kind of guy.
Gotcha.
Salsa.
Her name was Salsa.
Yeah.
How about that?
Chunky salsa. It was nice.
Well, we have a Velveeta, so why not a salsa?
They go together great. Here's those two on one stage. You got Rotel.
Velveeta is a little bit disturbing to me because
cheesy.
Yeah, do you want to be?
That's you don't want to be the cheesy stripper.
When Velveeta gets up there and goes, "Try the cheese tacos." No thanks. I'll leave the frappuccino.
Tepid grilled cheese.
Speaking of food. This is the perfect opportunity to segue to the grill because we're doing something special today here in the Bob and Tom Show. We have the gents from the Big Green Egg They are out on the porch with a handful of. Actually, we've got like 3 different big green eggs out there, and I believe we have Mark back at the microphone.
Yep.
Is the breakfast fatty ready?
The breakfast fatty was cooked to perfection. You can see it there.
Oh, look at that, sliced up.
It's wonderful, cooked through and through. The bacon's crispy. Tom did a great job. And by the way, Tom did a little male stripping back in Seymour about 40 years ago.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, his stage name was Boa Constrictor.
Oh, how about that?
Wow.
Boa for sure.
Yeah, sure. Boa for long.
All right.
What is in the breakfast fatty? One more time. I know it was wrapped in a sheath or a rasher of woven bacon.
Yes. Tom, you want to explain it?
Yeah, basically you just weave your bacon, put your sausage on top, eggs, peppers and onions, and roll it up.
Roll it up.
Roll it up like a fatty.
Yeah.
Pat Sullivan, when was the last time you weaved your bacon?
You know what? It's, something in my younger days. Not so much.
Willie's enjoying some wings over there.
I've never had chicken wings this early in the morning. I have.
I don't believe.
I just lying.
Those are so good.
Pat, you've been cooking on a big green egg for a long time. Do you ever do like a turkey in one for Thanksgiving?
Oh, turkey, it's huge at Thanksgiving. Turkey's on the big green egg, absolutely.
How long does it take typically?
You know what? You can really go slow with it, but I don't know. Sometimes 10 minutes a pound type thing. There's the thing about the big green egg. It's so versatile that there's so many different ways you could do a turkey. I mean, you could cook it all night if you want, but sometimes people put it up to 300 and the beauty of it is that gives you one extra oven.
Yeah, no joke.
Mm-hmm. And you get outside. The big green egg is nice and warm, and you kind of stand there with a cocktail, and you get away from your family.
I would ask Josh, but he's currently stuffing his face.
Well, I'm eating one of the bacon wrapped watermelon rinds.
Oh, it's delicious,
and it's so good. It's like candied bacon.
Yeah, that is such an odd thing. I would never think that would be good.
I know.
Oh my God! The texture on the inside is crazy.
It's amazing.
Okay, well, coming up, we're going to cook some more stuff for you, and I'll remind you again. We're talking about the big green egg. We've got a special big green egg giveaway. It's all part of the football season. We're going to start. I believe we'll kick this whole thing in on August 31st. So we certainly look forward to that. And what's the most exotic thing, Pat, you've ever cooked in the big green egg?
You know what? I would say at Egg Fest is where you really see some of the guys that really go over there, John. I'm trying to think.
Alligator.
Oh, really?
We had alligator at an Indie Egg Fest a couple years ago. So, but because we have to supply the meat, some of that stuff that the chefs request get rather expensive. So if they say, you know what, I'd like to get 15 pounds of alligator, might just give them hamburger.
Coming up in the news, we have possum in the news.
Yep.
And an explanation. I couldn't stand it any longer, so I looked it up. The distinction between possum and opossum.
Oh, good. I've always wondered.
Yeah, but is the O always silent?
I thought it was always silent. Yeah.
I thought there was a distinction between opossum and possum.
There is a distinction.
Yeah, the opossum is
not just the word.
Irish. Yeah,
the opossum is Irish.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And that reminds me, Pat. We also have a story. Not Pat, not the other Pat. The
Godwin or Sullivan?
The Pat with 2 A's.
Okay.
L-A-A. That's supposed to be anonymous.
To hell with the anonymous.
What the hell? Mean joke to make in front of company.
We're joking. Pat would never go to one of those meetings.
Bravo! I think we've just slandered our guest. We have a story coming up about Japan where they're trying to get people to drink more alcohol.
Yeah.
More. Yeah, which is rather unusual.
That is unusual.
We'll find out more about that coming up, and more about what you can cook on a big green egg. But right now, Ace.
Yes.
Got a nice letter here. This comes to us from Mike in Detroit, Michigan. He writes, Sikkim Bears.
Okay.
All right. Because my wife and I dropped our daughter off at Baylor University last year.
Oh.
The morning after my wife and I returned home to Michigan, I was fortunate enough to hear Ace Cosby's joke of the day. I want to see if you remember this one, Ace. The setup was, what do lazy people do for exercise? Do you remember?
I'm trying to remember the punchline.
Oh, well, I'll try it again. What do lazy people do for exercise? Diddly squats. He goes, I texted the joke to my daughter, and it started an instant tradition. Every morning since, when I hear Ace's joke of the day, I text it to my daughter. Parenthetically, that means that Mike has to listen to all 4 hours of the show because we float it every day.
He's really sacrificing.
He goes, it became a way for me to stay connected with my daughter.
How lovely.
I'm bringing people together.
You sure are.
This has gone on for her entire freshman year. I never laughed harder than the day we were driving her back home last spring and we were reviewing all of the texts. My daughter just went back to school on Tuesday. We have picked up right where we left off.
Oh.
Sometimes you just need to appreciate the little things. Well, Mike, what a nice letter.
Very nice.
So I think that means when we come back, we will grace you with the Ace Cosby joke of the day. So try to have a good one today.
Always.
I think yesterday...
I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, what's that smell? We'll find out about that when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like, young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email. Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real question.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
Hey, hope you're having a good Friday morning. It is August the 19th. My name is Mark Allison, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, we've got some comedians out on the road this weekend. Friends of the show, Greg Warren at the Stir Crazy Comedy Club in Glendale, Arizona tonight and Saturday night. And you've got Reno Collier tonight at the Paramount Center for the Arts in Bristol, Texas. Next weekend on Saturday, Donnie Baker at the Toyota Event Center in Princeton, Indiana. As one of our listeners noted, it will be the only time Donnie Baker gets into Princeton. Also, Josh Arnold next weekend, Saturday, August 27th at Daniel's Vineyard in Indianapolis, Indiana, right there in the heartland. So make sure you check him out if you get a chance next weekend. Live comedy. Oh, and did I mention GregWarrenComedy.com and RenoCollierComedy.com for tickets and information about their comedy tours. The Big Green Egg on the front porch all morning long. We are cooking at the Frigamall building, and so glad you're along for the ride. Buckle up. It's going to be a great morning, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News. Hey, Cream Magazine's making a comeback. The first issue comes out next month, only available by subscription. And the first issue will feature an excerpt from a never-published book about The Who, a fresh look at the Osmonds' 1972 rock album We all remember that. And the Stars Cars feature will be revived with a look at what Slash drives. The magazine will also feature articles on rap and R&B acts. Cream's publisher, J.J. Kramer, says he spent most of his adult life trying to get the magazine back after his mother sold it in 1985. And the Game of Thrones prequel is coming out. You guys who are fans of the show know that characters that you meet, you get to know, then get killed off. House of Dragon will premiere Sunday on HBO. And LL Cool J, Nicki Minaj, and Jack Harlow are going to co-host the MTV Video Music Awards. Harlow also is one of the lead nominees, with 7 tying him with Lil Nas X and Kendrick Lamar. You can watch the VMAs August 28th. They'll be held in Newark, New Jersey. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Hey, good morning, honey. What you doing?
Oh, it's this darn coffee maker. It's on the fritz again. You know I can't start my day without a cup of coffee.
Hey, don't worry. I've got just what you need.
Really? What is it?
It's the new coffee-flavored bubble gum from the Blowzuka Gum Company, and it's loaded with caffeine. Here, try a piece.
This is great. And it tastes like coffee. What's it called?
It's called Blow Java.
Blow Java. There's so much flavor. It's like an explosion in my mouth.
You bet. There's nothing like a Blow Java first thing in the morning.
It's the coffee-flavored gum. Blow Java. Blow Java. Open wide, stick out your tongue. Blow Java. Blow Java.
You can chew, but please don't bite. And if you swallow, it's all right.
Blow Java.
Blow Java, the coffee-flavored bubblegum. Also available in mocha, cappuccino, and our most popular flavor, Latte.
Honey, I just love Blow Java.
I can tell. Look at the size of that wad in your mouth.
Hey, look, I'm blowing a bubble. Look, I've got gum all over my face.
Wait, let me take a picture.
There's caffeine in every bite. Blow Java. Blow Java.
Chew a wad, but not in haste. Sorry about that salty taste.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac.
This involves food.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. What are you doing over there?
I honestly...
Are you still eating over there?
I'm not still eating, but I was still savoring what I just ate. I was in I really was thinking about it.
If you had told me that I would be eating, what is it, watermelon rind? What is that?
Pickled watermelon rind wrapped in bacon.
That was incredible.
Yeah, delicious.
And we're talking about food, of course, because that's what we like to do.
Yeah.
But also, we're doing our big green egg. We're kind of launching our big green egg thing. And there are going to be a special big green egg festivals all over the country coming up. But we're doing a special thing because we're giving away the big green egg minis as part of a special football thing that we're launching. But perhaps the introductions would be
Sure, there's terrific food here being served. I saw Christy Lee at the news desk enjoying a bratwurst.
Yeah, brat for a brat. That's me.
That's right. Pat Godwin, I saw eating one of those watermelon hunks.
Still savoring it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Maybe you could do, Christy, like a brat.
A brat?
Or a brat bra.
Oh.
Of course, you'd have to have really skinny boobs. I guess. Never mind.
Maybe Josh
looks like a tube sock with a tennis ball in it.
There's Jeff Oskey enjoying. He had a bowl full of the breakfast fatty.
Now I'm all fatty.
In a bacon weave. And what have you enjoyed so far, Ace?
I've had the watermelon rind and working on my fatty now.
All right. Willie Griswold was, boy, you were having at those wings earlier.
I had a wing. Oh,
Some of the best wings I've had all year. And real quick, the breakfast fatty, it's a package of bacon, a package of breakfast sausage, 5 large eggs, a cup of shredded cheese, half a white onion chopped, half a green bell pepper chopped, and meat, church, honey, hog, barbecue.
Sounds good. What are you guys going to have? Oh, thank you very much.
I just had one. It was delicious.
Yeah,
I should point out that you take it. It's kind of like a loaf, size of a football, and then you slice it into
like a meatloaf.
Yep, I had a slice.
It was delicious.
Yeah. Josh Arnold here at the Upside Sidekick Chair, and there's Tom.
This is Tom speaking. We're enjoying the Big Green Egg today, and we have a special guest here.
We sure do.
We can't just introduce people. We have to have the theme song. This is totally original. Go ahead. Paul Lind is here from the Hollywood Squares.
I'm always here in your hearts. We have Pat Sullivan. Pat Sullivan. We love Pat Sullivan.
Pat Sullivan is our Green Egg ace.
Paul Lind, are you a gay man?
I'm happy all the time.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
No, true story. Pat Godwin.
Yes.
Am I correct? Was it the Kenley Players?
Yeah, I drove him from the airport to his...
you were working for the Kenley Players, and you picked up Mr. Paul Lind back in the day?
he was hilarious, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I loved
Didn't
him.
he have a dog with him?
He had a dog with him, yes. He was a riot.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, good.
So, Pat Godwin, are you a gay man?
I'm also very happy right now.
Oh, okay, good.
Right now.
That new girlfriend of yours sure is going to be surprised when you tell her.
Yeah.
So we're enjoying the Big Green Egg today, and I should point out that we're going to be giving a bunch of them away. This will involve your sports picks, and the whole thing will kick off on August 31st. It'll be a lot of fun. We had a great time with it last year. So even the casual fan can win.
Sure.
So it's a really cool thing that is coming up.
We have a question for Pat Sullivan.
You do? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's been sent in. Now, Pat, you are not just knowledgeable when it comes to the Big Green Egg. You also know a lot about plants and gardening and trees and such. Tom Griswold is famous for peeing on his hostas because he claims it keeps the deer away. Can you speak to that?
Well, you know what? That's been a source of much discussion because normally you would be using coyote urine, fox urine, different things. But there has been some people say using human urine works as well. Okay. Now, it's certainly a lot cheaper because I don't know if you've ever experienced trying to get coyote to pee in a jar. And that's why it's so expensive. People go, why is this so expensive? It's like, well, you try to get pee in a jar. Because it is...
Or does it speak to Tom's urine that smells so bad that it keeps the deer away?
Yeah, drink some water there, Pop.
Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Yeah. I just like peeing outside.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, well.
You ever wake up in the morning and just say to your wife, "Hey, look, Dolores, I'm going to go hit the backyard. I got to get the hostas."
I gave a website out, legup.com one time because there's different urines that use for different animals. And I thought I forgot the name of the company. That actually was a porn site.
Oh.
And it was actually, it really was a little embarrassing. But
was it Legs Up or Leg Up?
Legup.com.
Leg
No,
Up.
That's the name of the company. That is not the website.
Oh,
it's
okay.
PredatorP.com.
Oh,
that's the correct website. Legup.com
hardcore porn.
was completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
The fact that it's just a leg up, so it's apparently amputees. It's very specific.
Whatever floats your boat there.
Seems to be a sub-theme to today's show.
Yeah, it does.
I got a quiz.
Well, go. We'll wait. A quiz.
Oh.
Okay, I'll start with you, Joss. Do you know what the minimus is?
The minimus?
Mm-hmm. Minimus. It looks like
It's the opposite of the Maximus.
Right. Yes.
kind of.
So it's not gluteal or
It's the smallest finger or toe.
Oh.
I wasn't aware of that.
Referred to as the minimus. How about this one? Interrobang.
And I know what an interrobang is, yes.
Oh, it's pronounced interrobang?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I would never have gotten this one. What is it?
It's a punctuation mark that is a mix of a question mark and an exclamation point. And I think it should be widely used. We just got to figure out how to get them on keyboards.
So what does it look like?
I have a picture in my office, actually, because I'm very pro interrobang. So it's.
Hang on a second. Hang on one second.
Wait, like on the wall?
Pat, I know you have a lot of employees. None of them this weird.
Here, I'll go grab it.
If any of your employees have an interrobang in their office, I'll give you $100.
Oh my God!
Wait, I don't get what it is at all. What is it?
It's here. The illustration they put a question mark and an exclamation point. You see that occasionally.
And it's as one thing?
No, they're
Like
right next to each other.
You're like asking a question, but it's emphasized.
And
Is
it's
that
called
it?
what?
Yeah, it's like you're asking a question that you need to really like. Wow,
right?
Really?
Yeah,
that's what it means. But there's apparently an all new, whatever you want to call it,
punctuation mark.
Yeah, so it's
Name.
a new thing.
Interrobang.
What's it called again?
Interrobang.
Oh, I thought that was like a good cop, bad cop porno
so-
scene.
Oh, so I see. So imagine I see. So
Boy,
it's an exclamation point with the laid on top of a question mark.
Right, not next to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that or it's the name Prince used when he stopped being Prince for a while.
Yeah, and so I have this. It was gifted to me because I'm very pro interrobang.
It looks like a logo for a dating app.
Yeah, I hate it. It looks stupid.
No. This looks way better than a question mark next to an exclamation point. You cannot have two punctuation marks at the end of a sentence. So this cures that.
What if a sentence ends in doctor and there's two periods next to each other?
That's a stylistic choice. I would just leave it the one period.
Okay,
I would too.
Okay.
Or spell out doctor.
How about this one? Maybe Josh will get this one too. And I don't know how you pronounce this guy. Griffonage or griffonage?
I don't know that.
Giffonag. It means illegible handwriting.
Oh, I love that.
So most physicians practice
And Tom
griffonage.
Griswold.
Yeah.
My handwriting is exquisitely legible.
Really?
Because you print.
I print. I don't believe in script, and I think people who use it shouldn't be allowed to vote in this country. I don't think children should be taught cursive writing.
I know
maybe
you don't.
teach them teach them Chinese or computer skills.
It's a form of illiteracy if you don't know.
Yeah, my son doesn't know cursive, and you should see how he signs his name. It's fantastic. He looks like he's 2.
Oh, great.
Well, you can teach them how to sign their name. That takes 1 hour of their life instead of wasting their time in
Cursive
school.
is important.
It is important.
For what?
It's a beautiful looking
It also,
script.
you spend more time with the language.
Right.
It's a waste of time.
You know what we didn't get to?
What's that?
Ace's joke of the day.
That's right. We have a really really nice letter.
Where'd that quiz come from?
It's just a thing of, I've got a whole bunch of these. It's
Cool.
From Mental Floss.
Oh, that's fun.
You'll know this one, a tittle.
That is, boy, I do know what a tittle is.
It's Tittle.
Is it the thing on? Boy, it's not the thing on top of a hat.
No, it's the dot over an I or a J.
Okay, yeah.
It's the ittle biddle.
It'll biddle diddle.
Well, the committee is who decides.
I thought it was a committal.
They're non-committal on whether to use the tittle.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. The Ace Cosby joke. We just got a lovely letter from Detroit.
Yeah.
From Mike about how he shares the Ace Cosby joke of the day with his daughter.
Well, now he's going to have to sit in the car for another break.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mike. You're out of luck. We'll be right back with the joke of the day and more food. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Ron White, tater salad. Mark Allison with you. The Big Green Egg Cookout happening today. Thanks to Mark Cyan and Tom Williams for getting up early and coming in to help make some great food today. The breakfast fatty, sausage, egg, cheese, and onions wrapped in a bacon weave, pickled watermelon rinds, tailgate brats, and wings. Oh, it's all being cooked right there in the Big Green Egg. If you're not aware of the Big Green Egg, you can check out, if you're in Indianapolis, the 14th annual Indy Egg Fest for eggheads and grilled food lovers. That's taking place tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Sullivan's Hardware, 71st and Keystone, right there in Indianapolis, Indiana. Check out sullivanhardware.com for details. And to find an Egg Fest near you, just head to biggreenegg.com/Egg Fests, and you can find an Egg Fest in your neighborhood. Who knows, maybe this weekend you can find out all about it, how easy they are to cook on, the Big Green Egg, and they are on our front porch this morning. Check out our YouTube channel if you'd like to see what they look like and what's going on. You can't smell it because we haven't figured that part out yet, but you can watch right there on our YouTube channel. It's free. Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel all morning long. Check out that Big Green Egg, cooking up those wings and brats. Oh, I got to go get some food. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed. Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. The software flaws could potentially allow attackers to take complete control of these devices, Apple said Wednesday. The company said in a security statement it's aware of a report the issue may have already been actively exploited. Security experts have advised users to update affected devices, the iPhone 6S and later models, newer iPads and Mac computers running Mac OS Monterey. It also affects some iPod models. Commercial spyware companies are known for using such flaws in products designed to introduce malware and siphon data from targeted phones and other devices. Meanwhile, CNN says it has canceled its weekly program about the media. Reliable sources and the host, Brian Stelter, will be leaving the network. The show, which predated Stelter's arrival from the New York Times, will have its latest and last telecast on Sunday. Under the new president at CNN, Chris Licht, they've been looking to cut costs, but also put a less opinionated product on the air. Stelter has written a book about the Fox News channel and has been critical of that network on the air. The Reliable Sources newsletter that summed up each day's media news will continue. Stelter said that he was grateful for his 9 years at CNN and proud of the show and thankful to all of its viewers. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
We have given our trucker salute. Thank you very much.
I got a junior windbag from a trucker who didn't appreciate what I had to say. Hey, Jeff, you do know that there are truck drivers who don't have a sleeper in the back but still deal with the traffic. Get it right, or at least take your lead from Tom.
He really made you look like a dummy, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
It's the most terrifying and talked about movie of the year. Don't miss seeing Paranormal Activity. This sparse, independent film is getting great reviews and will all scare you in the spirit of Blair Witch Project.
Hey.
What?
Excuse me, scary voice guy.
Who the hell are you?
Hi, I'm Bob Kavoyan. Paranormal Activity? Really? A single camera shot from a bedroom? You all need to hop off the Paranormal Activity bandwagon and get your ass in line now to see my new movie, Para-Knocker Activity.
Want me to keep jumping, Mr. Kavoyan?
Yes.
But I'm getting all sweaty.
Oh, that's okay. That's why we're doing the soapy shower scene in Act 2.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
There. So what do you think?
It's okay, I guess. It's not real scary.
Mr. Hahn.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy, Josh.
Hey, Pat Godwin. Hello, Josh. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee this morning.
That's right.
Ace Cosby over at the engineering board. I know.
I thought we were calling it the track phone hotline, hot phone desk or something.
Yeah, we are.
Not the engineering board.
Right. Willie?
Ace made fun of you. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it, man. That was great.
I'm Josh Arnold, the upside sidekick chair. There's Tom.
Yeah, and once again, I've learned a lot this morning. We're talking about the big green egg. We're doing a lot of cooking with it, but we're also discussing one of Josh's favorite topics, punctuation.
Yeah, I like this stuff.
And the is it interrobang?
Yeah.
Which is the combination, the merging of the question mark and the exclamation point.
Needs to happen.
It's not.
How often would you use that?
I would use it as often as I would use a question mark next to an exclamation
Do you use
point.
that a lot?
Sure.
I've never used that in
I
my
do.
life. Really?
Yeah, when I'm writing.
Wow.
Yeah, I prefer just the I don't like the multiple exclamation points.
Right.
One is enough. I get it.
Yeah.
I like the Spaniards having the question mark
Upside down, so you know at the beginning?
front.
No,
yeah,
I'm
so I know I'm
against that
coming
as
into
well.
a question.
Yeah.
Contextually, you should always know that you're coming into a question. There's no problem ever
Yeah,
with
I
that.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
I don't. Let's move on.
Oftentimes, the first word is what, why, where, so
Yeah.
you know it's a question.
Who?
Okay.
No, I'll give you an example where you don't. Josh is an idiot.
Well, that's
not a question.
See?
That's the perfect use for it. Thank you.
exactly would
It
be
should be,
Josh
is
an
Josh
idiot?
an
Yeah,
idiot?
right,
Thank you.
right, yeah.
I think in conversation it might be. I had no idea.
Well, in conversation, you don't need verb or visuals, do you?
The conversation should be, I go, Josh is an idiot, and then Christy, you say,
Josh is an idiot?
and I go, yeah, Josh is an idiot.
This is poor writing.
How do you feel about the Oxford?
Maybe we should incorporate our guest. Could we have the introduction? Paul Lind for our guest, please.
It got me off guard. Pat Sullivan. We all love Pat Sullivan. Pat Sullivan. That's his name.
Oh, Mr. Lind.
You think you'll get this around your house? Maybe you will.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's great. Actually, I feel that the whole punctuation thing kind of makes me feel like I'm just glad I sell things for a living. There's really not a whole lot of you buy it for $1 and you sell it for more than that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we don't worry about exclamation points. Anything.
You don't put on sale exclamation point.
No, decimal points. I would imagine you.
Wait, but on sale question mark? let them figure it out.
It's your guess.
You've got to try that.
You know, I've been to your store, and sometimes I look at things that are on sale, and I think, on sale?
Really?
Is he really trying to pull?
We need sarcasm fonts before we need.
We do need a sarcasm font. I agree.
Yeah.
With that. Right now, we have this great letter from Mike in Detroit that is a huge fan of the Ace Cosby joke of the day, and he listens every day, and then he sends the joke of the day to his daughter at college, and it gives him something to kind of bond with, much the way Mr. Oskey and I bond with Wordle every day. Yes. A little exercise that we do together.
Maybe I'll steal this idea and send it to my daughter.
Some great compilations on YouTube, thanks to Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Of the Ace Cosby joke of the day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Our least viewed videos. Yeah.
You know what? Well, I'll tell you off the air, but one of them's pretty impressive.
Oh, okay.
Does it hurt anybody else's feeling that I came in here with Wordle like 3 months ago, and now my dad and Jeff bond over it?
I know. Willie, you were on Wordle long before.
Yeah, in your face, Willie.
I mean, what do I have to do?
Okay. Right now, you have to listen and pay close attention because...
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
A lot of big green egg chefs in the house today, but I've got a friend. He's an Italian chef.
Oh.
And I let him borrow my car last week. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of mad at him.
Why?
He brought it back all dinty.
I like it.
Yeah, I didn't mind that one.
El dente, yeah. Very nice, very nice.
We're going to get some letters saying it's racist because Italians can't drive now. I mean, come on.
Oh, no. It was just a funny
Thought
little...
about it that way. The Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the Fiat. We are cooking today. We are cooking with the big green egg out on our porch because we are going to be giving away a bunch of big green eggs coming up this fall, a special thing we're going to be doing with football games, and you pick them, and every week we'll have a winner, and that winner will be presented with the Big Green Egg Mini. Right now we have Mark on our porch cooking. So what's on the Big Green Egg right now, Mark?
Well, we've wrapped it up a little bit. Nothing's cooking right now. Everything's on the table to be consumed by you guys. And but
Mark, that's where you should have lied. All right, it's radio. I mean, come up with something.
Alligator, elk, and bison. That's what we got out there.
Cooking squirrels and other vermin. All right. Well, whatever you've cooked, we're going to eat it, and we'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
Those brats were great.
Yeah, Tom, terrific work out there.
Yeah.
My gosh.
And we will right now segue then back into Christy Lee at News City.
Here's a story I never thought I would be reporting on. Prince Charles is launching a perfume inspired by his garden. It's called High Grove Bouquet Eau de Parfum. It's being produced by the Prince's Foundation and perfume house Penhaligon's, and it offers notes of geranium, lavender, and weeping lime. Oh, the limes are sad. I don't like to hear about that. The new scent pays homage to the magnificent fragrance of High Grove Gardens in summer. It'll cost you $180 a bottle if you want to smell garden.
No, if it's his garden, it's also going to smell of corgi feces. I think if my mom's been out there.
Prince Charles perfume.
Yeah, Prince Andrew's coming out with one that smells like
oh boy,
cotton candy and juice boxes.
I didn't even mind the start. That was awesome. Well, you should have saved that for failed to mention, huh?
Oh, we have that today, don't we?
We do.
Are times that hard, or is this a charity thing, do you think?
Probably. It's being produced through his foundation, so I would assume I was going to charity.
Okay, I know they need some cash. I heard that the Queen's going to be having an OnlyFans page pretty soon.
I'd look at that.
Would you? Oh, yeah. You guys would take a look at that?
Yeah.
I'm cultured.
No.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Kanye West's Yeezy collaboration with Gap reportedly involves displaying clothing in giant trash bags. A video photo shows 3 large plastic bags piled high with crumpled up clothing. The tweet reads, quote, "The sales associate said Yee got mad when he saw they had it on hangers, and this is how he wanted it. They won't help you find your size, too. You have to just dig through everything."
I love this.
Do you really?
Anybody who's spending $400 on a hoodie should have to dumpster dive for it.
Representatives for Gap and West, who changed his name to Yee last year, did not respond to CNN's request for comment.
And Christy, I think it's Ye, like Kanye.
Oh, is it? Oh. Well, then why is it Yeezy and not Yeezy?
Well, there's 2 E's in Yeezy.
Oh, here we go.
There's one E in Ye.
Well, douchebag was already taken. So,
I love this.
You'd want to just go through a garbage.
I think it's so funny that people have to look for their size in a giant trash bag and rummage around. I feel bad for the salespeople who have to deal with the complaints or whatever.
Why? Now they can just take it straight out to the trash. Save a step. They just take it straight out back and leave it by
I feel
the
bad for the kids who can't get art supplies and school books because Dad's spending all his money on $400 hoodies.
Well, that would be a shame. Yeah.
Okay.
Hate that. Oh,
this is awful. What does this stuff look like?
I have not seen any of the collection. Somebody had it
Is there
on
a big logo on it so
Insta.
everyone knows you're pissing away your money on a $400 hoodie?
Yeah, Willie, do you know? Does he have like a big K or a big...
It's usually pretty simple stuff. Let me check it out here. Yeah, it just looks like... So it's a $240 hoodie. It's gray. It says Gap in black letters. And it looks...
like a Gap hoodie.
It looks like a $24 hoodie.
Okay.
Same thing with just a sweatshirt. Same thing with a tank top.
He's making people dig through trash bags.
Yeah, man. It's a grift, but hey, if that's your grift, go for it, I guess. Oh, here we go. A woman's long sleeve bodysuit, all black, looks like something to be under your ski clothes.
Right.
$300.
Oh, come on.
So yeah, I guess this isn't for me, but if that's what you're into, go for it.
That's also why he's doing this trash bag thing, because now we're talking about his clothing.
Oh, 100%.
Of course.
Okay. Now, I have another word for you.
Yeah?
Someone will know this. So if you know this one, raise your hand. Do you know what a zarf is?
Zarf?
There's probably one or been one in this room almost every day.
Wow.
A zarf?
Nobody has even a guess?
No.
I don't.
Sounds like an alien fuel.
A zarf is that cardboard sleeve on a coffee cup that's supposed to protect your hand from burning.
No kidding.
That
That's
little
a
corrugated.
Zarf? Sure.
That is cold.
I've never heard that.
It's called a sleevey thingy.
Yeah.
Yes, or a
It's a
zarf.
coffee sleeve.
It's a zarf.
Zarf.
Coffee sleeve. A
yeah.
zarf.
How about a I'm going to pass on this next one. I didn't read it in advance. All I can say
Is it Chicago sunroof?
No, it's it would translate as prairie dogging.
Oh, I see.
No.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Sure.
we all know what you're
I've
talking
also heard turtle heading.
Yeah, okay, good. We'll move forward here.
Having to poop and it's kind of coming out already.
Oh, yeah.
That's it's also known as that.
I'm glad we didn't talk about it.
Rectal tenesmus.
Oh, there's a scientific term for it?
Yeah.
Wow. Rectal tenesmus.
Yikes. Handy to know.
It's tenesmus.
Right now, I want to say if you're listening to this show on Raycon earbuds, it's that much funnier. You got longer days, less to do. The possibilities are endless with this great weather. You can take premium audio with you everywhere you go with Raycon earbuds. Chick McGee turned me on to the Raycons. They've got noise isolation, awareness mode. You can be immersed in sound or tune out the stuff that's around you, and who doesn't want to do that? So check out Raycon earbuds. They're twice as good, and they're half the price of other premium audio brands. 32 hours of battery life? Are you kidding me? It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 five-star reviews. So right now you can buy Raycon earbuds by going to buyraycon.com/Tom. That'll knock 15% off your Raycon order. So save even more money. Buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycon earbuds. Buyraycon.com/Tom. When we come back, we have pigs on the loose, a loose wallaby, dogs and cats in heat, and Finland news.
Oh,
Finland. Okay, we'll find out what's going on there with their very hot prime minister. And monkeys cranking it. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, I already told you, but I will remind you, Greg Warren out on the road this weekend, tonight and tomorrow night at Stir Crazy Comedy Club in Glendale, Arizona. That's GregWarrenComedy.com. As we roll through this Friday morning together, the big green egg on the front porch and Jeff Oskey with the news we failed to mention. Coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A strike by London Underground workers brought the British capital's transit network to a grinding halt. The action Friday came a day after a nationwide walkout by railway staff. No subway trains were running on most of London's tube lines because of the strike over jobs, pay, and pension by members of the Rail, Maritime, and Transport Union. Passengers are being advised to stay off the subway and find another way to travel because another strike is scheduled for Saturday. Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. Great. The software flaws could potentially allow hackers to take complete control of these devices. Security experts advised users to update affected devices, the iPhone 6 and later models, newer iPads and Macs running Mac OS Monterey. It also affects some iPod models. And it's an increasingly familiar sight in the U.S., workers in gloves and masks spraying our yards for mosquitoes. As climate change widens, the insect's range and length is prime season has extended, and more of us are resorting to professional extermination. But the chemical bombardment worries scientists who fear overuse of pesticides is harming pollinators and worsening a growing threat to birds that eat insects. Many beneficial insect species are now threatened with extinction, and experts are saying spraying should be a last resort after removing breeding sites like standing water. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the Carnival.
Sure.
They have something to shoot for,
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
From the exclusive Bob and Tom Salon comes a brand new fragrance.
Oblivious.
Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Hello, yes. I seem to have lost my room key and I need another.
Name?
It's McCartney.
McCarthy?
No, it's McCartney.
Oblivious.
That's one of those tricky Irish names that gives my computer fits. So is it MC with one big C, or one of those with a cute little C and a big C, or just two big C's?
It's a little C and then a big C.
Okay, then. And your first name?
Well, it's Paul McCartney.
Okay, Mr. McCartney. And are you here with a group?
Not anymore.
Oblivious.
This is the scent for the unaware.
One of the most meaningful things that's happened to me since I've been the governor-president. Oops.
Oblivious.
This is the scent for the intellectually absent.
Good morning, sports fans.
Good morning, Chick. What do you have for us today?
Well, I've got nothing.
Great.
Oblivious.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Oblivious.
Oblivious perfume is available at fine retail outlets everywhere. In fact, it's probably right in front of you and you didn't even notice. Oblivious.
It'll take time to restore chaos, but we will.
Oblivious.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, we've got a couple of heads in here that have a lot of skin on them. One would be mine. The other would belong to Clint Howard, actor. Now, are you in every one of your brother Ron Howard's movies?
Oh, no. There's been a lot. Actually, the one that stopped the streak was, Ransom. And then I wasn't in Beautiful Mind, and I wasn't in any of the Da Vinci Code movies.
Did that hurt your feelings?
Can I say it pisses me off?
Yeah, of course you can.
Sure. Your honesty is wonderful and refreshing.
Yes.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? Drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
They don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a part.
Right here.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'm Josh Arnold at the Upside Sidekick chair. I'm going to introduce the show while Tom criticizes me. There's Christy Lee in the news desk.
Hello, Josh.
I guess technically at the news desk, Tom. Would that be better?
Well, if you said she was in the news desk, it would be like...
It's better than hovering.
I told you, people. Pat Godwin over there in the ancillary studio with the instruments.
Yep. Good. That's
room,
relatable to everybody.
There's Jeff Oskey.
Hello.
Sitting in for Chick McGee this morning. Chick, get better. Ace Cosby at the Track Phone Hotline Hot Phone Desk.
B+.
I nailed yours. Willie G.
Hey, man.
Your father's getting sugar.
Well,
You need to hear him
I heard
shake
it, yeah.
It's equal, actually.
Wow.
Sorry, was that noisy?
You shake it like those weirdo kids in those PSAs against drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hey, you want some of this? Everyone's doing it.
I don't know if you know this, but equal doesn't need to be shaken.
Huh?
It doesn't need to be shaken.
You got to get the bottom. You got to see. You got to get it down at the bottom.
So then when you open it,
you open it up.
Cloud
then,
up,
well, since I've opened this one, I better add it to the... Okay, there we go. We are having an interesting time with words today.
I love this.
We've learned a couple interesting words. We found out that a zarf is the cardboard sleeve. When you get a cup of coffee and it's so hot, they put that sleeve on there that's kind of corrugated, whatever it is.
Good to know.
A zarf sounds like the
Jim
nemesis,
Conway?
the nemesis on Star Wars or something.
Yeah, but if you go to your local coffee shop and you say, "Hey, can I please get a zarf?"
They're going to go, what
They're
the
going to look at you like a jerk.
Nope, they better not.
No.
It's that industry that invented the name.
You ask for a cardboard sleeve.
Nope. Hey, you're out of zarfs. And if they look at me weird, I'm flipping a table.
You punk. You better call it a zarf.
On Monday, let's have Mark ask for one.
What? I'm sorry, what, Ace?
In other words, send Mike Mark to a coffee place and say, hey, can I please have a zarf
We
for
need
Tom?
zarfs on
see what
everything.
happens.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an interesting. I like this word, and again, I've never seen these, so I don't know how they're correctly pronounced. Natiform, Natiform.
Natiform.
Maybe it's natiform.
I know I've heard it. Man, I don't know what it is.
Natiform is this.
Teach me, Tommy, teach me.
It's something that resembles a human backside, a butt.
A natiform?
Yeah.
So it would be like a bust of a butt?
I like big natiforms.
No, it would be like
or a peach. Can it be a natiform?
Yeah, or it would be like the nose of that one lawyer OJ had, Barry Scheck.
Yeah,
I used to call him Ass Face.
Yeah,
because his nose looked like an ass.
Yeah, a little cleft there.
He was an immoral prick, which really had nothing to do with.
It has nothing to do with a natiform, but okay, we get.
That's interesting.
No, you're defending OJ. You got you got
God,
ethical problems.
Oh God, no.
How about this one? This one, you might know this, Jeffrey.
Probably not.
I don't know. Barm, B-A-R-M, not barn, but barm.
No clue.
It's a typo, I think.
No, it's the foam on a beer, or as we call it here in America, foam.
Call it a head.
Yeah.
Head.
The heck.
Again, if you're at your local bar and you say, "Excuse me, there's too much barm on this beer," they're going to punch you in the face and you deserve it.
By the way, you're out of
They better know what I'm talking about.
No, and you know what, Josh? I'll do this. If I get a beer and the bartender goes, "Look at that beautiful barm," I'm flipping a table.
Okay.
Coffee shop / bar. Me and you go there angry. All the tables are upside down.
Here's one that every one of us has seen, touched. There's probably 10 of them in this room right now.
Nipples.
Glad I went with an even number.
There's not 10 penises in this room.
Godwin has 3.
I'm a freak.
I thought you had 5, Pat.
Yeah, I heard your underwear fits like a glove.
Or I was going to ask you how your pants fit. Mr. Rush to the Punchline wanted to.
Well, I didn't want him to sit there for 20 minutes trying to remember what it was.
Are we including the 3 that are in my purse?
What's that?
Are we including the 3 that are in my purse?
See, if you have 3 dildos in your
No, because I've been married 3 times is the joke.
Oh, okay. Boy, it's a 3 dildo weekend. Must be raining. Can you imagine one of the TV weather people did that? Ladies, it's a 3 dildo weekend. You're not going outside at all.
I don't know what you do with 3, but go ahead.
Well,
you wear one out every 8 hours.
There are 3 places.
Here we go. Again, I have no idea how this is pronounced. I think it's Ferrule, Ferrule.
He's the guy that sings that happy song, Ferrule.
Oh, I love that song.
Because I'm happy.
What's this now?
It's that metal part on the end of a pencil between the eraser and the.
Sure.
Love it.
Rule.
Do they have the word? What's that little green sword thing they stick in the top of the coffees?
I was going to ask that a minute ago.
They say stopper, don't
They call it a stopper at Starbucks, but I was going to ask that when we were talking about
That
it.
is a Flitzen.
What was it?
So next time you make sure you ask for Flitzens.
Flitzens and a Zarb.
Just walk up and go, Flitzen Zarf.
I'd like a decaf with a Flitzen and a Zarf, please.
Yes, 1 second. Hello, mental hospital?
Flitzen and Zarf sounds like a vaudeville comedy duo.
Crapulence.
That's what you do in an airplane.
Okay, let's do the Greek and Latin derivative of that. What is it?
Mr. Burns used this once on The Simpsons. He said he was going to wallow in his own crapulence.
It's the sick feeling one gets from eating or drinking too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's what we all have right now, isn't it? We're so full, we're like in a coma.
But that's a real word. Okay, here's an easy one that I'll run this by
Ace.
Ace, ready?
Ready?
Tines, Tines.
You know this.
Oh, you know this.
tines.
That thing that Aquaman holds?
No, remember this?
Kinda.
Oh, well, you're close.
That has tines.
There's that song about sporks, the tines, they are a changing.
Yeah.
Is that a good hint?
Well, that's dead on. It's Willie is correct. It's the prong thingies on a fork.
Yeah.
The tines.
Well, it's totally correct then.
That's in my wordscapes a lot.
Hey, Tom, Barm, the foam,
Right.
does that also count for soda or is it only beer?
It just says beer here.
Okay.
That's certainly a fair
Beer
question.
here. What about the foam that comes in the top of the toilet when you kind of pee and then it kind of foams up? Is that also called barm or is that called?
That's called leftover beer.
You only rent it, you know.
Remember the first time you heard that?
What?
Yes. You don't buy beer, you rent it.
Rent it.
Like, you're
I love that.
17. Okay.
Couldn't believe how funny it was.
Okay.
Hey, drink champagne. It'll come out a little bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did this discussion the other day. There's a place I go where like I get my acai bowls.
Sure.
And they also have vegetable juices and stuff.
It sounds so pretentious.
And it's not, of course it is. I said it. I'm the guy.
Acai bowl.
But they have a beet juice, which I quite enjoy, like beet and carrot juice. I don't know if you've ever had it. But you have to warn people if they're drinking beet juice. I'm totally serious here. Josh, if you were to have a glass of my carrot juice / beet juice.
Yeah.
If several hours later you were in the smallest room of your house and you looked down following a major transaction, you'd think you were bleeding to death.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, because the beet juice looks like blood coming out of your stool.
There's a similar thing that happens if you eat there's a green detox smoothie that I have, and it turns everything green. And the first time I did that, I went, oh my God,
sick.
What's wrong with me?
Now, do you remember when Burger King did they had their buns?
Purple, wasn't it purple?
It was
or
Halloween.
black?
It was black.
They had
Angry Whopper, right?
Yeah, the buns were actually dyed black. And there was a huge news story about the fact that I guess you would pretty much exude emerald turds.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like shimmering, glowing.
The same thing happens if you drink a case of Welch's grape soda.
Yeah, that can happen too. Or even the grape juice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah?
Yes.
You drank a whole case of grape soda?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Have you ever seen him down some dues? Man, that guy's got it going on over there.
Yeah. There's a reason my dentist is rich.
His boat is named the Oscar. We have some more of these words to get to. I want to thank the guys from the Big Green Egg.
Oh, it's so good today.
And we are going to have a lot of fun giving away Big Green Eggs this year.
We sure are.
And it involves football and your picks. It's real simple. We'll explain it. It's going to start in late August. And I will remind you also that there are going to be these egg fests, gathering of Big Green Egg fans all across the country. And we'll tell you where they are and what you can do to go. Have some fun, have some great food. And I think this year, I've got a Big Green Egg now. I think this may be the year.
You turned
cook
into
the turkey on the Big Green Egg.
Do it.
You're going to be the Big Green Egg expert before we know.
You're going to love it.
You mean the egg-spert?
That's right.
Okay.
Expert.
Okay.
I can't wait to see Mark and Tom at Thanksgiving helping us cook.
The Big Green Egg guys, you're just going to hire them? Can I get home to my family? No!
One speed bump and call in the pros.
Hey, Mark, you want to be in the Erver again? Okay, yeah.
Come save my Thanksgiving.
I got a lot to do this Thanksgiving. Let's grab something from the Christy Lee news desk. We haven't heard a lot. What's happening?
Well, we kind of touched on this story a bit yesterday, but Dodge is promising that its future electric muscle car will be super loud. According to CNN, the brand phasing out its iconic gas-powered muscle cars with the Charger and Challenger ending production next year. Its new concept muscle car called the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT.
And by the way, the name Charger,
yeah,
kind of fits.
Just like Dodge Charger.
Plug it in, you see.
Plug it in, yeah.
Charger, never mind.
Will be an electric vehicle with exhaust pipes that make noise in a transmission that shifts gears.
Weird.
Unlike most electric cars, which produce sounds with speakers, the Charger Daytona will make low, loud, thrumming tones by air pulses forced through pipes with baffles and chambers inside. According to Dodge, the sounds it produced can be up to 126 decibels.
Is that too loud, Tom?
That's too loud.
You're the decibel expert.
That's way too loud.
I believe at the workplace, you're not allowed to have more than, 90 decibels for a sustained period of time.
Oh.
Dodge CEO Tim Kuniskis said, "We think we're going to bring a car to the market that customers didn't see coming, but they're definitely going to hear this one coming."
Well, he's got great hearing, or terrible hearing, I'm sorry, because he bowls every night.
Yeah,
I'll say. I did that joke for Chick, even though he's not here.
Thank you to all our Polish listeners.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
I am a big muscle car fan. We all know that. And I just,
These things will be rocket ships. They'll be great.
You know what I think? The old muscle cars are going to go way up in value. Maybe I should buy another.
I was wondering that too.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll just buy a Dodge Charger and store it.
Yes.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
I feel like Chargers have lost their value. Whenever I lose my Charger, I just go to the hotel lobby. They always have
Yeah, they've always got
down there. It's pretty
That's true. Anybody leave an iPhone charger? Okay.
40 of them.
There's an interesting story out of Finland. A video of the prime minister there partying at a private home was posted online. Miss Sanna Marin is defending herself,
Sanna Marin.
against allegations that she did anything illegal. The viral video shows 6 people, including Marin, dancing and mouthing the words to a song.
What song? It should be in the story.
Later in the video, 36-year-old is seen dancing on her knees with her arms behind her head while lip syncing.
Her mouth open and tongue out?
According to local media, Marin said, "I'm disappointed that it has become public. I've danced, sung, and partied and done perfectly legal things." She added, "I have not used drugs myself or anything other than alcohol."
What is she so upset about?
Because apparently there was a wild party going on and everyone assumes there's drugs involved.
Oh, I see. She's a person.
Marin, Finland's youngest prime minister ever, said she spends her free time with friends just like others her age, and she intends to continue being the same person as before.
I'm going to look at this broad.
She says
she's very attractive.
No, she's willing to take a drug test.
Her career is finished.
Finished, is it?
she's Finland.
She's fine.
Let me see her.
Yeah, she's very attractive.
Very plain.
How old is she?
She's pretty.
What is she, 36?
How would you, Josh?
36.
Pretty average.
Okay, well, I see we have, what's her name, AOC, and they have a dance-off.
Oof.
What do you think?
That's fine. I like any politician that's out there having fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you weren't you a big supporter of Howard Dean?
That's right. Man knew how to party.
Yes.
You were showing me that video of Angela Merkel twerking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's hot.
The Japanese government is facing an unusual problem. Speaking of partying, their young people are not drinking enough alcohol. Another story out of CNN. Since the start of the pandemic, Japan's liquor sales and thus liquor tax revenues have been in decline. The Japanese, opposite of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Japanese government is now launching a contest to find new ways to encourage young people to drink more.
A contest.
It's a wet T-shirt contest.
The Saki Viva campaign.
Saki?
Saki.
I thought it was Sucky Viva.
Yep.
Saki Viva campaign, overseen by the National Tax Agency, is inviting participants to submit promotional methods, products, designs, and even sales techniques to stimulate demand among young people for alcohol and revitalize the industry.
Wow, I wonder why it's down.
I don't know. That
I
weird.
don't know. It's very opposite from the rest of the world.
Pat, you have a tribute to drinking more, don't you?
Drinking less, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're Irish and you have a problem, here's how you solve it. My Uncle Jack fell from his ladder, drunk as a skunk at his work one day, broke his back, bruised his bladder, switched to beer, now he's okay. Senator Flynn was totally smashed. Picked up a hooker on the street one day. The cops gave chase, he swerved and crashed. Switched to beer, now he's okay. How do you get your head to clear? Switch to beer. I don't have to go to AA. Switch to beer, you'll be okay. Tom, it's the Irish way. We're trying to drink less these days. Father McFeely said a sorry mass. 3 sheets to the wind at his church one day. Pinched an altar boy on the ass. He didn't switch to beer, he just moved away. Oh, some tart broke me heart and set me free. So I drank straight gin for a year one day. Woke up in a rehab facility. Switched to beer, now I'm okay. Party on and have no fear. Switch to beer, switch to beer. Stay away from the hard stuff. Switch to beer, it's strong enough. How do you get your head to clear? You switch to beer. Stay away from the harder stuff. Switch to beer, it's strong enough.
Oh, thank you very much.
And if that doesn't work,
Well, we'll find out more about beer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right now, I want to tell you about feeling safe and secure at your house. Maybe go home and get out your big green egg and then just relax, Netflix and chill and feel safe because you've got Simply Safe.
Netflix and grill.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I like that. Simply Safe Home Security, the advanced security technology, help you sleep at night. And you and your family are first in their eyes when it comes to your safety. 24/7 professional monitoring is available. Simply Safe has incredible reviews. Go online, read what other people say about it. You don't have to believe me. Simply Safe. You can set up as many cameras as you want. Doesn't Chick have 9 now?
I think he said 9, yeah.
9 cameras?
In and out of the house.
Simply Safe's customer-first policies make sure that you're taken care of with affordable plans starting at less than $1 a day and no long-term contract or hidden fees. Find out all about Simply Safe Home Security by going to simplysafetom.com. Customize the perfect system for your place in just a few minutes. You're not going to have to get out the drill and do a bunch of weird stuff and screw into that wall. No. With Simply Safe, it's very, very simple, and you can put it up yourself. Go today, claim a free indoor security camera today, and 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com. Simplysafetom.com. Coming up, we have an update on the mullet haircut.
Oh, good.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. Mark Allison along with you. As we roll through this Friday morning, it's August 19th, our big green egg cookout today, of course, and Jeff Oskey with the news that we failed to mention on the Bob and Tom Show. One thing I failed to mention, you could be a big winner. Just enter to win the Beyond the Bourbon All-Inclusive Sweepstakes brought to you by Team Kentucky. VIP weekend pass up for grabs to see the Bourbon and Beyond Music Festival featuring Pearl Jam, Jack White, Kings of Leon, Chris Stapleton, and 50 other bands. You could win VIP passes, airfare, hotel, ground transportation, and more. Just go to bobandtom.com/contest. Click on the Beyond the Bourbon contest, and you could be a big winner. Brought to you by Team Kentucky. And good luck from all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show. We roll on this Friday morning, the Big Green Egg Cookout. Can you smell what the Big Green Egg is cooking? I'll tell you what it's cooking. Brats, wings, watermelon rinds, sausage, egg, and cheese wrapped in a bacon weave. The breakfast fatty. Yes, please. I'll take another. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, it smells so good. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom sports headlines. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson will serve an 11-game unpaid suspension, also pay a $5 million fine, and undergo required professional evaluation and counseling following accusations of sexual misconduct by over 24 women. Watson accused of sexually harassing and coercing women during massage therapy sessions while he played for the Houston Texans. The league had sought to ban him for at least 1 year for violating its personal conduct policy. Watson's suspension begins August 30th when he will not be allowed at the team's facility. He may return for the Browns game December 4th in Houston. Cleveland traded for the three-time Pro Bowler in March, signing him to a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. The Big Ten has announced its new 7-year media rights deal with Fox, NBC, and CBS that is believed to be the richest ever struck with a college sports conference. A person familiar with the contracts tells the AP the conference, soon to be 16-member universities, eventually will share more than $1 billion in revenue per year, starting in 2024 when USC and UCLA join the conference. Big Ten football Saturdays will be structured similar to the NFL. That means 3 marquee games being carried in consecutive time slots on 3 different major TV networks. That's a quick look at your sports headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The game of football we are familiar with today has changed somewhat from the original version invented in the mid-19th century. With roots in rugby and soccer, the game used an odd egg-shaped ball made from a pig's bladder. Several Ivy League colleges had teams that competed, and eventually professional clubs were formed. In one of the most violent and famous games in history, the Redskins soundly defeated the Cowboys on the field at Little Bighorn Stadium in Montana. The quarterback, George Costa, was not available for comment after the game.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
And the doobies and more.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee over there at the news desk.
Hey, Josh.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hi, Josh.
There's Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick this morning.
Yes, sir.
Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline hot phone desk.
Jesse.
Hi, Willie.
Hey, Josh, real quick. Jason, you wrote in saying I might have a medical issue. My pee is not that foamy or bubbly. It was just a joke. So thank you for checking in.
Okay. I am Josh at the upside sidekick chair, and there's Tom Griswold.
Foamy pee. Okay. We were talking about foam because we were learning some new words, and one of them was barm.
Barm.
B-A-R-M.
The head of a beer.
Which is, I
like it.
Yeah, you like that word? I
love all these. You know I'm a nerd about this stuff.
Yeah, we have some other weird ones coming up. We also had a news story a couple days ago about the mullet championships happening right now.
Yeah,
that's right.
And right now the finalists for the young division.
Oh, they're cute.
They're kids with mullets.
So cute.
Adorable little dirt
bags. They have not awarded the prize yet. It's down to the finals. Now, there's also, of course, the adult division coming up. But again, in the adult division, the winner with the best mullet gets to kiss his own sister.
Isn't that something?
Nice prize.
Nice.
We have a tribute to the mullet, which I thought I'd feature for you right now.
You've seen them at tractor pulls, stock car races, and classic rock concerts. Those guys still sporting haircuts that were popular 20 years ago. You've often wished that you could look that cool. Well, you may never be able to look like them, but that doesn't mean you can't smell like them. New from Bob and Tom Labs, it's the splash-on cologne we call Mullet for Men. Mullet for Men captures all the smells associated with the mullet lifestyle. Propane, hot smoke, gunpowder, deer urine, and just a hint of beef jerky. Dab on a little Mullet for Men, and all the babes will think, wow, I bet he owns his own meth lab.
You live in a trailer, your Camaro's up on blocks. Your girlfriend's pregnant again.
She's a stripper.
You have your own meth lab, a Motley Crue tattoo, and you wear mullet for men.
The ladies love Mullet for Men cologne. Here's the actual experience of the Bob and Tom Show's Donnie Baker.
Hey, baby, you look good, man. You come here often?
Well, I'm a stripper, and you're in a sleazy strip club. What do you think?
I didn't see a name tag. I thought maybe you were just stretching.
What are you, some kind of loser? Why don't you... Wait a minute. You smell just like my ex-boyfriend. I think I'm in love. Why don't we go into the champagne room and I'll give you a free lap dance?
Thanks, man. And thank you, Mullet for Men.
Mullet for Men lets the world know you don't have time to shower.
Purchase Mullet for Men today and receive a free Mullet for Men sleeveless t-shirt or a pork sword on board vanity plate. Mullet for Men smells like corn dogs. I swear to God it does, man.
Thank you very much, Donnie. Mullet for Men. We'll have the winner of the child division of the mullet competition, I believe, coming up on Monday.
Okay.
So there you go.
These kids are some.
The mullet competition is out there. We now turn back to Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom News Desk. Coming up, by the way, it'll be Jeff Oskey and news we failed to mention.
Oh,
that's right.
I'm looking forward to that, certainly. What do you got, Christy?
Well, right before the break, we heard the fabulous song Switch to Beer. If switching to beer doesn't help you lower your alcohol intake, here's what scientists in the UK suggest. Use a smaller glass. According to a recent study,
like a shot glass, maybe.
British households drank 6.5% less wine per week when they switched from their usual wine glasses to smaller ones provided by researchers.
Okay.
Study authors said their findings are potentially applicable to other types of containers and glasses, with implications for policies to reduce consumption of other alcoholic drinks, including beer.
This makes sense to me, Christy, because when I lived in London for a semester, and when I would have like 8 beers here, it's not the same as having 8 beers there in a pint. You know what I mean? Like it took me a little bit to go, oh, I can't drink 8 pints like I could drinking 8 cans of beer here.
Are the pints different sizes?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
No. I mean, when you order a pint, you get a pint. But they're just larger than
we are used to.
Yeah.
But isn't the converse true, though, also?
What?
When you get one of those stadium beers at a ball game,
Yeah.
there's so much beer in there, and it's so warm and crappy after about 20 minutes, you just don't drink it.
I'll still choke it down.
Oh,
but
really? Yeah. Okay.
Those do get warm.
I struggle with the 24 ounces you get at outdoor concerts, and you're just holding them, and your backwash is stewing in your hand, and the heat coming down. Yeah, that can be gross.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But you don't want to waste the money.
And I think
Spend that much.
some of those wine glasses are deceiving. Like you're pouring and you're like, oh, I have 3/4 of a bottle in this
And it
one
only
glass.
looks like that
I was drinking too much whiskey, and now I just drink it out of those little thimbles you get in the Monopoly game.
Sure.
And it's really kind of changed.
That solves a lot of problems.
then it's very macho, too.
Oh, very.
Watch this, baby.
Police in Chicago in one of the suburbs captured one of the loose pigs seen wandering the town.
They have police
for
in
more
Chicago?
than 2 weeks. It's in the suburb of Chicago.
Oh, you have to drive home today.
3 more pigs still remain on the loose. The Wayne Police Department said last week a foursome of pigs had been wandering the area for more than a week, and the department said this week one of the pigs was captured on Sunday.
I like these guys. Just 4 pigs wandering around.
Well, there were 5, but one of the piggies stayed home.
Oh, yeah. Naturally.
So one's at the market.
You see.
Yeah, they should know where they're look for the roast beef. In Ohio, they're calling in wildlife experts to help trap a wallaby roaming through Stark County.
Now, a wallaby, is that a miniature kangaroo?
Yeah, it's a smaller kangaroo.
Okay.
WJW.
News that
we only have 3 letters.
Yeah.
Reports the wallaby has been spotted multiple times around the village of Brewster, Ohio. It's not clear where the animal might have come from.
Oh, Brewster, you're so cool.
Wildlife specialists from Noah's Lost Ark Exotic Animal Sanctuary, there's a lot.
Wow.
Are currently working to capture the marsupial. So good luck with your wallaby hunt.
So they don't. Isn't someone saying I'm missing my wallaby?
You would think.
My wallaby's gone. My wallaby's gone.
Hey, I lost my wallaby. This might be in your car.
Wandering wallaby. That sounds like a
Is
song.
this some like one guy is a wallaby trapper? Or do they?
They have an exotic animal sanctuary that's probably.
So this guy he'll do kangaroos too. and
Sure.
He's got them all. Okay.
Oh, wasn't it called Noah's Ark?
Yeah.
You should have 2 of each at least.
Right. They were waiting for the other one.
Am I confused, or isn't wallaby a shoe?
The kangaroo was. It had the pouch.
Yeah, there's a shoe called Kangaroo. There's a shoe called Crocs, too.
Wallaby is a shoe?
I thought there was a shoe called a wallaby.
Maybe. But there were definitely kangaroos.
Dean's got thumbs up on
Oh,
that.
that is okay.
I always
A
laughed
wallaby?
at the shoe Nun Bush. That always
that makes me laugh.
What's how do they spell it?
Slip right out.
N-U-N-N.
Bush.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's sort of these plain flats that,
they come
with mirrors on them.
Nun Bush really got popular in the early 2000s, and now it's pretty much everywhere. And
Yeah. Wow. This sounds like one of those Karnak things. The answer is Nun Bush. What do you see in the shower at the convent? You see?
glad we're
No?
doing Carson bits.
Yes, sorry, Johnny. This is Nun Bush. You see, Christy, the nuns
Yes,
are
I know.
naked in the showers.
I got it.
They're allowed to groom.
I'm a Catholic, remember?
Okay, so sorry. Coming up, we have giant sharks. We have monkeys cranking one.
Oh.
Possums and more in the news. Plus, we have one of our favorite features. News we failed to mention with the aforementioned Jeff Oscar.
I don't care for it.
Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach now. I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach. So I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4, what the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Frank Caliendo, our guest on Tuesday of this week. Frank, a man with a million voices, and we heard about 80 of them on Tuesday, I believe. But he'll be back with us, scheduled to appear on Monday, along with Greg Warren and Reno Collier. That's Frank Caliendo coming up on Monday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. We still have food available here at the Frigamall building as we go through the Big Green Egg Cookout all morning long. Wings, brats, pickled watermelon rinds. You can cook all that stuff in your own Big Green Egg. And coming up, you're going to have a chance to win your own Big Green Egg. That's right. Coming up at the end of the month, Wednesday, August 31st, you'll be able to make your picks in our Pigskin Pick'em Challenge. Your chance to win that Big Green Egg Mini Max. Pick each week of pro football during the regular season. If you pick the most winners on the week, you could win a Big Green Egg Mini Max. It's that easy. We gave them away all last year. We're going to do it again this year. Details soon at bobandtom.com/contest. As we roll through this Friday, thanks for joining us. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News. Hey, Cream Magazine's making a comeback. The first issue comes out next month, only available by subscription. And the first issue will feature an excerpt from a never-published book about The Who, a fresh look at the Osmonds' 1972 rock album. We all remember that. And the Stars Cars feature will be revived with a look at what Slash drives. The magazine will also feature articles on rap and R&B acts. Cream's publisher, J.J. Kramer, says he spent most of his adult life trying to get the magazine back after his mother sold it in 1985. And the Game of Thrones prequel is coming out. You guys who are fans of the show know that characters that you meet, you get to know, then get killed off. House of Dragon will premiere Sunday on HBO. And LL Cool J, Nicki Minaj, and Jack Harlow are going to co-host the MTV Video Music Awards. Harlow also is one of the lead nominees, with 7 tying him with Lil Nas X and Kendrick Lamar. You can watch the VMAs August 28th. They'll be held in Newark, New Jersey. That's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Folks were arrested on the Ferris wheel for allegedly having intimate relations. I just want to see what this couple looked like. So I Googled this thing. Every single story I go to, there's a picture of a Ferris wheel. I know what a Ferris wheel looks like.
An ex of mine and I had this great idea that we were going to go to the county fair and do it on a Ferris wheel. Come to find out, my penis is afraid of heights. It had different intentions.
Really?
And therefore, it saved us having to go and meet our neighbors. So,
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Introducing Evasive, the cologne.
Is it a cologne for men?
Oh, yes, but not ordinary men.
Evasive.
Evasive. It's the cologne for congressmen.
What's it smell like?
It's a tantalizing aroma that tickles the senses.
Evasive.
Okay, but what's it smell like?
It's a blend of scents that brings out the man.
What's it smell like?
Evasive.
Evasive. It's a delicate taste of odors derived from the delicious mixture of fine fragrances.
All right, come on. What's it smell like? Is it a musk? Is it an aftershave?
Evasive.
Let me answer your question with another question. And that is, what's best for the American people?
What does that have to do with how it smells?
What is the definition of the word smell, anyway?
So you're not going to tell me what it smells like?
You keep asking me what it smells like. Well, I'm trying to answer you, but you won't let me.
My God, you still haven't answered me.
Evasive. The cologne for congressman.
Evasive, the cologne for congressman, bottled in Washington, D.C.
Evasive.
When you want answers,
we've got questions.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
That helps me.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
Pat Godwin in the music room.
Hi, Josh.
There's Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick.
Yes, sir.
Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline hot phone desk.
Howdy.
Willie G.
Hey, man.
I'm Josh Arnold at the upside sidekick chair, and there's Tom.
Thank you very much. We enjoyed our big green egg breakfast this morning, including the breakfast fatty.
Oh, yeah.
Which was sort of a loaf of eggs and sausage and wrapped in a bacon mesh.
Oh, yeah.
Cooked in the big green egg. We're giving away a bunch of big green eggs. Our big contest starts. It'll be every week. Your shot at picking some games in the world of football, and you could be a big winner. It's a lot of fun. We had a great time with this last year.
Even girls won last year.
Pardon me?
Even girls won.
Hey.
They sure did.
That'll help. Thank you, Ace. The big green egg. Thank you very much for the fellas for coming by and cooking up some stuff for us.
Wasn't that nice,
Yes.
Tom?
It was delicious. Now, we have a wallaby on the loose somewhere in Ohio.
Right.
Are those venomous?
No, they're not venomous.
We have pigs on the loose
They're marsupials.
in greater Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else in the animal kingdom?
Yeah, well, we have two men fleeing the scene of a crash, apprehended thanks to a group of aggressive emus.
What?
This is a scene out of a movie, is it not? The BBC reports a truck plowed into a shop in Malmesbury. The vehicle's two occupants left the vehicle, fled on foot.
Yeah.
Dean Wade, executive chef at the nearby Old Bell Hotel, witnessed the crash and chased after the pair.
Down there by the Old Bell.
He said he saw the men climb into a field at the Malmesbury Animal Sanctuary where they were attacked by a group of very aggressive emus.
I would have enjoyed watching that.
Oh, this sounds like the next Liberty Mutual commercial.
Yeah.
Emu. Ah!
Police rescued the men and arrested them. Thank you to the emus.
Funny.
Emus are like geese's big, fat, redneck cousins. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I like to think they're the llama of the bird world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Fun, long necks.
Good.
Oh, I love them.
Emu's necks is too long.
Their necks is too long.
They're like Big Bird, but they're mean.
They're not all mean.
If they break their neck...
Emmanuel is a great little emu.
Sure, if an emu breaks his neck, do they give him like a really long neck brace?
If not, what are we doing?
Do his friends get to sign it?
Yes, Pat.
Don't you do an emu impression?
I do. I'm a flightless bird.
That's Emu Phillips. Okay, yeah, very good. Very good. They speak Spanish in Cuba. It's like regular Spanish, but with fewer words for luxury items.
Emo.
Coming up, it's going to be Jeff Oskey with news we failed to mention. I'm certainly looking forward to that.
A Florida elementary school has been invaded by a wild possum.
Oh, no.
Are you going to tell us the difference between opossum
Yeah, because this has always bothered me.
Opossum, my possum?
Why
This
is there
says opossum on here, but
why
I
is there an
always-
O in front of it? Okay, technically,
Yes.
The possum with the word O in front of it are animals in North America, the ones that we're familiar with.
Opossum, yes.
But the possum is actually native to Australia.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
But we don't call them an opossum here. We just call them possums,
Well,
right?
we need to start.
But you still spell it with the O, right?
Right.
Okay, even though yeah, they're creepy. Those little weasel
I
heads.
love them.
Yeah, they'll hiss at you.
Oh, I used to have one lived under my deck. He was great. You don't.
They're scary.
No, they're not.
Yeah, I think they're a little.
Guys are afraid of everything.
They're kind of like pale and weird looking.
Yeah, they are.
Like raccoons, you think, okay, I could at least have a conversation with a raccoon. Oh, look, how you doing? But possums.
Finally gone round the bend.
Raccoons are little trash criminals. Possums, they play dead when they're scared, right?
Yeah, but then you go, are you dead or are you not? Like in the road, don't pick that place to play. Don't play that game there.
I've never seen it in the road.
You've never seen a possum laying in the middle of the road?
Yeah, but those are dead.
How do you know?
Because of the guts?
the tire tracks.
Dude, this
They could be
possum's
playing
playing
possum.
dead. His
I think they only play possum if an animal's actually attacking them.
They're not laying in the middle of the street.
I don't know.
So there's a possum inside the, what is it?
According to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, School Resource Deputy Matt Swartz at Indy Atlantic Elementary was notified that an intruder had entered the girls' bathroom. Authorities said Deputy Swartz secured the perimeter and immediately called for backup. The deputy then blocked the door and stood guard until additional units arrived. Wild Florida rescue workers arrived on the scene and removed the possum without incident.
And they are sure it was a possum.
That's possum control. The Prince song.
Possum control.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, they should have just gotten an alligator and thrown it in the bathroom. That'll get rid of the possum. Wouldn't the alligator win in that one?
I would think so.
Okay, very good. Well, coming up, we have Jeff Oskey, news we failed to mention. What can we mention here? What have we missed here?
A Tokyo-based clothing maker has teamed up with veterinarians to create wearable fans for cats and dogs.
Oh, I've seen these.
To help the little critters beat Japan's scorching summer.
Huh.
The 3-ounce battery-operated fan is attached to a mesh outfit that blows air around the animal.
Yeah,
I bet they love it.
It's not. When I first saw this, I thought, okay, is it like a stick with a fan, way out there? No, it's imagine a vest, and in the center of the back of the vest, you put a flat fan.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of air, so the fan is sort of right on the back of the animal.
Didn't Flat Fan win the first Last Comic Standing?
I was going to make the joke, but it's so obscure.
That is good. Good. The old, not a lot of Dat fan material out there.
No, there sure is.
Is about 10 minutes. I've got a feeling the way things are going, Dat's going to be in this room pretty soon. So what's the story in the fans? I'm sorry.
Well, Rei Uzawa, president of maternity clothing maker Sweet Mommy, said she was motivated to create the device after seeing her own pet chihuahua exhausted every time it was taken out for a walk during Japan's record heat wave this summer. The fan is available in 5 different sizes and costs $74.
They have dog fans in Korea, but it's just to cool the meat off before you eat it.
Oh,
Allegedly.
And the people who eat them are fans. This looks like these dogs are little tiny mad scientists. They've got these crazy looking outfits on.
Yeah, good luck getting that on your cat.
Yeah.
Enjoy having your eyes clawed out.
Yeah. The picture I'm seeing are dogs. They should have these for guys in their shorts.
I don't know if I want spinning blades down there.
Well, you'd have some kind of a protective layer.
Okay.
Hey, Josh, your balls look really cool today.
I appreciate that. It's my new nut fan.
I'm sure when you were at Disney, you saw the people wearing them around the neck, the little fans around their neck, and it blows in their face. They look ridiculous. I'm sorry, but
yeah.
Almost
as ridiculous as those hats that have a extension and an umbrella above them.
I love those.
Yeah, those are cool. What about a little ball cap? It's just got a little spinny thing, you spin the beanie? Ooh, helicopter up. That's a little bit of fun.
Do they still have those umbrella hats?
I can get you one right now.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Would you like one?
No, thank you.
What about a parasol hat for a hot?
Oh, I love a parasol.
Is that
Parasols
what Bill
are
Murray
pretty.
wears in Space Jam? I know that's kind of inside. Is that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's it.
Okay, it has been hot in Europe everywhere, and they're dealing with wildfires in Spain. And to help with the wildfires, they're using goats and sheep. A brigade of 290 sheep and goats are tasked with munching on or trampling as much dry vegetation as possible.
Oh, that's smart.
In areas prone to the wildfires. They cleared areas, and they can act, therefore, as a fire break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It is smart. Similar efforts are...
I saw the ad for that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It's sort of transliterated, if you will, into the English. And it says, only use can prevent forest fires. And there's a picture of Smokey the sheep. Only U's.
You do the crossword, don't you?
Yeah. EWES, you see the U is a sheep thing. But
Similar efforts are being deployed around the world with goats, horses, and cattle.
the problem is, there is actually a problem with this, though.
What?
Well, the sheep herders keep falling asleep, and then the animals just run amok because they have to count them, and then...
That is silly. Yeah.
Have you ever tried doing that? You ever tried
Counting
doing that?
sheep?
Yeah, counting sheep,
No.
like in the cartoon.
No, I don't think that works. They're being used to clear areas in California, Portugal, and British Columbia, so this is not something new.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, actually, I did see the video.
Yeah?
Did you see it?
I did not.
It reminded me of those old Flintstones videos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, where the sheep looks up and goes, I know they're using me, but I love my job.
It's a living.
Isn't a sheep the most flammable animal there is?
You would think. You'd think it would certainly be.
That seems so dangerous. Get some short-haired guys
And
out there.
like get hairless chihuahuas or something that can like spark right up.
Yeah.
Poof.
Sheep and fire. That's mutton to play around with.
You're proud of that?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
A lot of time.
And this is in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently the rain in Spain is not falling on the plane.
No, it's not.
Apparently not.
Okay. I just want to see that goat sliding down the fire pole. That's a pretty smart move, though.
That is. Very. That's good.
Okay, very good. Coming up, we have news we failed to mention. I'm certainly looking forward to that. Right now, I want to talk to you about low T. What am I talking about? Well, testosterone. It affects many aspects of your body, fellas, from your sex drive to erections, muscle and bone mass, even sperm production. Low testosterone, like I said, it's often called low T, and it can affect your life in many ways. That's why the guys at Roman have come up with something really interesting. You know, Roman, we've been talking about him for years, helping out in the world of ED, erectile dysfunction. Well, here's something a little bit different. The Roman Testosterone Test Kit cannot diagnose if you have low T, but can help you decide to further investigate the potential cause of your symptoms with your healthcare provider. Roman sends you an easy-to-use kit with step-by-step video instructions that even cover a free 2-day shipping to and from your home. Just take the test before 10 a.m. and ship it back that day. Once your results are ready, Roman sends your certified lab results to your secure private account and an easy-to-read downloadable PDF form. Breaks it all down for you. Then if you want to, schedule a free consultation to go over those results with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. Check it out at GetRoman.com/BT show today for your at-home testosterone test kit. $69 total. That's GetRoman.com/BT show. When we come back, it's news we failed to mention. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Thanks so much for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. See the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. You can see what that big green egg on the front porch looks like and how it all works. But if you want to know more, you can check out your own community Egg Fest. What am I talking about? Well, just head to biggreenegg.com/eggfest, and you can find one in your community where they show you how it works, even cook stuff up you can try. As a matter of fact, tomorrow in Indianapolis, Indiana, the 14th annual Indy Egg Fest for eggheads and grilled food lovers is happening at Sullivan Hardware at 71st and Keystone Avenue. Again, that's Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out sullivanhardware.com for details. And again, to find an Egg Fest near you, if you're not in the Indianapolis area tomorrow, just go to biggreenegg.com/eggfest and find an Egg Fest in your area. It is just that simple. Rolling through a Friday with the Big Green Egg on the front porch and you right here. Bob and Tom, 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison. With a look at things you may have missed, Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. The software flaws could potentially allow attackers to take complete control of these devices, Apple said Wednesday. The company said in a security statement it's aware of a report the issue may have already been actively exploited. Security experts have advised users to update affected devices. The iPhone 6S and later models, newer iPads and Mac computers running Mac OS Monterey, It also affects some iPod models. Commercial spyware companies are known for using such flaws in products designed to introduce malware and siphon data from targeted phones and other devices. Meanwhile, CNN says it has canceled its weekly program about the media, reliable sources, and the host, Brian Stelter, will be leaving the network. The show, which predated Stelter's arrival from the New York Times, will have its latest and last telecast on Sunday. Under the new president at CNN, Chris Licht, they've been looking to cut costs, but also put a less opinionated product on the air. Stelter has written a book about the Fox News channel and has been critical of that network on the air. The Reliable Sources newsletter that summed up each day's media news will continue. Stelter said that he was grateful for his 9 years at CNN and proud of the show and thankful to all of its viewers. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Cool. Huh.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, "Say it to my face." And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Pretty good. Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, "Oh, no, you didn't."
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like those dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
It's time now for the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Baby, let's make love. We haven't been together since the start of the new millennium.
Well, technically, the new millennium doesn't start until January 1st, 2001. Yeah, obviously, there was no year zero, so
Okay, whatever, but come on, baby. I want to try this kinky thing I read about using warm vegetables. I've got carrots, potatoes, and your favorite, tomatoes.
That's kind of a common mistake. The tomato actually is a fruit, not a vegetable. Interestingly enough, the tomato is in the same family as the poisonous nightshade plant.
Listen, don't talk. Just come to bed. I'll tell you what, I'll give you.
It's odd that people call it that. There's actually no blowing involved. The term probably originated.
Forget it. I'm out of here. You can go yourself.
Technically, that's not possible.
This has been the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet.
Bob and Tom, Christie News Desk. Pat Godwin, songs.
Are you done?
Oskay,
checking out
not
for the
here,
weekend?
Oskay in. Ace Cosby.
Josh, weekend.
Comedy Corner.
Comedy Corn.
Look at the way Tom's looking at you.
Are we
started
done?
your beer 30 and now you're done.
Willie G.
I'm playing games on my iPhone right now.
Coming up, we have
wasn't finished. Josh Arnold.
The big deal of the week coming up from Napa.
Yeah.
And other delights. But we also have, if I'm not mistaken, it's time for our special feature with Jeff Oskay, known as News We Failed to Mention.
You got dressed up and everything.
Yeah, hey, we give you a lot of the news. We don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we Failed to mention, pew, 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 pew.
All right.
Another dude being a dude is trying to set a new golf cart speed record by going over 150 miles an hour in a golf cart.
Oh.
Well, you failed to mention 4 is how many bones I believe he's going to break. During the attempt.
Wait a minute.
Now, here's Jeff Oskey with what you failed to mention news.
Perfect. The average person tells 4 lies a day. What you failed to mention, amateurs. Researchers are saying monkeys are masturbating using stones. Cool. What you failed to mention, at least they aren't taking masturbation for granted.
Granted.
Oh, so close.
Really aced it up.
Yeah, you aced it up. Words.
Words are funny, except when they're told like that.
At least they aren't taking masturbation for granted.
There you go.
There we go. We'll fix it in post. There's a college somewhere where kids can bring their pets with them to school.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
What you failed to mention, this sounds like a good idea until Tony's emotional support python eats Harry's emotional support kitty Whiskers. The Excel World Championships aired on ESPN Ocho over the weekend. What you failed to mention, I watched them for about 5 minutes. I will say this, they did excel at putting me to sleep. A construction worker was hit by a bottle of urine dropped from a crane. What you failed to mention, where are you, sir? You're in the hospital. You're in the hospital. There's a new cruise line for retirees that people can sail away their golden years living full-time on the boat. Well, you failed to mention the boat boasts 3 pools, the main swimming pool, a wave pool, and their death pool.
Oh,
the way she's been putting back those highballs lately, I got $150 on Mrs. Abernathy. Abernathy. You mentioned earlier, Tommy, the voting is open for the USA Mullet Championships. What you failed to mention, first place for the kids' mullet will be presented with their GED. Their GED. First place in women's mullet wins a Subaru Crosstrek and season tickets to roller derby. And first place in men's mullet gets a restraining order from their ex. A man stole and sold 500 hams from his place of employment for hundreds of thousands of dollars. What you failed to mention, sounds like someone's living high off the hog.
Hogs, pigs, hams.
A dog was rescued a mile from shore. What you failed to mention, or you just ruined that dog's morning workout. I got tired of people calling me Husky. We'll change that. A dude in a forest trying to kill a spider with a lighter started a huge forest fire. What you failed to mention, what are you in for? Look out that tiny window. See all that smoke?
It's still burning while he's in prison.
It's a large forest fire. Recreational marijuana legalization will go on the ballot this November in the state of Missouri. What you failed to mention, their slogan should be "Make the Midwest bearable again." That's where I live, folks. Okay. And finally, there's a new dive bar ice cream that smells and tastes like a dive bar. What you failed to mention, I tried this dive bar ice cream. The taste was okay. I just couldn't get past all the cigarette butts. And this has been the news that we failed to mention. Here's
Jeff Oskey with what you failed to mention.
There's an outro.
Oh, sorry. That's pretend it was a... Okay. I have that story.
I have it right here.
Just about the spiders.
Yeah, I was getting to it. A Utah man has been accused of starting a wildfire while trying to burn a spider with his lighter. Corey Allen Martin told deputies he spotted the spider while he was hiking near Springville. The 26-year-old acknowledged starting the fire, but did not explain why he was trying to burn the spider.
I don't know why I did.
Deputies found a jar of marijuana in his belongings, but he did not appear to be high, according to the Utah County Sheriff Sergeant Spencer Cannon. Martin was arrested on suspicion of reckless burn, among other charges.
Why would you...
Makes no sense.
Is he just some psycho who wants to burn animals?
Yeah, probably.
Why is it written like the weed made him do it? Like he smoked the devil weed and he wanted to light a spider on fire.
know,
That's right. He did it. It should be outlawed.
Is that your contention? That marijuana makes you burn arachnids?
That's right. It turns you into pyros. I knew it. I've been saying it for years.
But I mean, and the guy's hiking?
Yeah. You're in the spider's
Yeah, you're in the spider's house.
Yeah. You need to burn it.
Exactly.
The spider lives there. Leave him alone, you psycho.
Do you, I will keep. There was a beautiful spider web on my geranium yesterday, and I went, you know what? You can stay. I didn't get rid of it.
Lily Munster? Is that inside?
No, outside.
Oh,
on the
of course.
geranium, yes.
Well, don't the spiders just eat all the stuff that bugs you? They eat all the ants and
Yeah,
they eat all
they'll
the
eat
flies.
bad things. Do
You ever see-
spiders sleep?
You ever see a daddy long legs?
Sure, oh, yeah, they're so cool.
That's the weirdest animal.
Yeah, I have not seen one all summer. I used to see them all the
I
time.
love them. They're so great.
Aren't they
too.
venomous or poisonous?
No.
I don't know if that's a wives' tale or not, that they're the most venomous, but their teeth are too small to bite humans.
I never heard that. We played with them all the time when we were kids.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of brutal. You rip the legs off when you're a little kid.
No.
And they
What are you, a budding lunatic?
I'm not encouraging it.
Dahmer?
Yeah. You just you get all four on one side and it's kind of got a little limp to it. I don't like that idea.
Willie.
Okay, let's move forward here.
I like it.
Time now to select our Napa Auto Parts Big Deal of the Week.
Oh, yes.
Got a lot of interesting stories we had this week.
And a lot of not.
Yeah. We had the world's expert on the timber rattler die suddenly
Oh,
of
that was a good one.
snake bite from a timber rattler.
Oh, man.
Whoops. He died doing what he loved. Let's see. We have a new baby hippo at the Cincinnati Zoo.
Is it Fritz? Is that what we named
That's
it?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, Fritzy.
That's right, Fritz. And Fritz's mom is, what is it?
BB,
Yeah. Okay.
BB, Fritz, and Fiona, right?
Okay. We have a dog that was rescued 500 feet deep into a cave.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a reverse Lassie thing going on there.
I bet baby hippo's good eating.
You think so?
Yeah, a little more tender.
Ugh.
Elephant. I'd like to eat an elephant.
We had
What do they call it, a heel?
we had the couple who had intimate relations on a Ferris wheel at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio.
That was something.
Heroes.
Yeah, they're currently, I believe, incarcerated. We had a recall of Capri Sun, one of their flavors.
Cherry, wild cherry or
Apparently
something.
had some kind of household cleaner in it by mistake.
Oh, boy.
Ring, the Ring video camera and the various variations of that are going to be launching a video show, kind of like America's Funniest Home Videos, but taken through
Sykes.
various rings. I'm imagining there'll be a lot of...
Look at this guy, fell down.
There'll be a lot of people getting falling down, posing for their ring. Okay, no, Timmy, take your skateboard off the roof. No, more to the left. We're not going to catch it on the ring. Draymond.
Draymond Green.
Now, Pat and I have a song for this one. He's a very fine basketball player, and he got married. Remember his wife's name, Christy?
Hazel Renee.
And at their reception, it was all over the internet. They had a so-called blunt bar, like a salad bar full of marijuana cigarettes. But the blunt, we learned from Willie G, specifically involves carving out a cigar.
Yeah, cigarello. The Swisher Sweet, the White Owl, White Grape.
Yeah, these looked like they were much more high-end.
Mm-hmm.
These looked like they were some kind of Cuban cigars that they'd hollowed out to put the reefer into.
It looks fun. It was an illegal state. It's during the off-season. No problem with that.
Perfectly legal. The
Might be
NBA
the
doesn't
biggest
test
deal.
for pot anymore, but Draymond Green, and you have a tribute.
Smoke with me, blunts at the wedding, eat all the cake, such a beautiful setting. Draymond, Draymond, till your dreams come true.
Oh, thank you very much.
Pat, your eye is bleeding.
Yeah, that is hard to sing. I don't know how Steven Tyler does that anymore.
I don't think he does.
Let's see. We had, this was bad. Speaking of the security cameras, we had a security camera catch a guy pooping on his neighbor's lawn.
Oh, that's right. It was some sort of vengeance thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Mad Shatter, they're calling him.
How big was it? Because that could be a huge deal depending on what he ate that day.
Okay, thank you very much. And lastly, we have the mayor of Venice, Italy, angry because two cool guys had some kind of power surfboards and were surfing down one of the canals.
The main canal, yeah.
Hilarious. I don't know why they were so angry. I thought it was a fun thing. Which one do you think is our big deal of the week?
Well,
over
I
there,
think
Josh?
the Ferris wheel sex story is
Okay, the people
one,
having
don't
intimate
you?
relations on a Ferris wheel. You win.
Absolutely.
And that is our Napa big deal of the week. Josh.
Yes, with nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. That's the Napa big deal of the week.
And they have what we call Napa know-how. We learned a lot this morning. We learned some new words. We learned the word minimus, which is the smallest finger or toe.
For pinkies.
We learned that interbang, or interrobang. How do you pronounce it?
Interrobang.
Interbang is how you get the job.
Interrobang is a stupid new piece of.
Not stupid. It's fun.
It's a combination, question mark and exclamation point.
It's the punctuation mark of the future.
It's like an exclamation point right in the middle of a question.
I like it. Right.
Yeah, okay. It's annoying.
Nope.
But it's called an interrobang.
That's right.
Okay.
Very important.
Although that actually sounds like a sexual encounter while being interrogated.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, if you don't answer the question, I'm going to have to...
Zip.
But that's happened. We found out that griffonage is illegible handwriting.
How about that?
And crapulence is the sick feeling you get after eating or drinking too much.
That's right.
A wave of crapulence.
I love it.
We also talked about the big green egg. And we had a special guest, Pat Sullivan was here. And he's an expert on plants also. He really knows his stuff when it comes to flowers and gardening and plants and stuff. And we asked him if it was okay to urinate on the hostas to keep the deer from eating them. And I think we got kind of a thumbs up.
Yes.
He recommended coyote urine or something else. But that leads to this song from Billy Jonas.
The steam begins to rise, it slowly effervesces. Leaves are crinkling under sweet caresses. I cherish this moment of natural bliss. Nothing's missing when I'm pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Pissing outside. America, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. There you go. You know, a rock, a bush, a shrubbery, a tree. You can go anywhere you please. There's so many things that you can christen, so make it like your mission and just start pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. You know my favorite place is in the virgin snow. You find a fresh canvas and let it flow. Sign your name and watch it glisten. Unless you're in Alaska, then your task is to go faster, 'cause it freezes and you have to walk backwards while you're pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Pissing outside. Pissing outside. Nice. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. Because the grass is always greener when you water with your wiener outside.
Billy Jonas in a tribute to the pleasures. Take it a pee. I just said that. Thank you very much, me.
Thank you himself.
We have Christy Lee at the news desk.
Off the air, we were talking about chickens, that Jeff said he had chickens that would eat mice, which I had no idea.
Oh, they love them. They just, 10 chickens would just tear it into 10 different pieces.
I'm shocked by that.
Away with it.
And then you brought up something very interesting, because I have a neighbor that has free-range chickens. How do they know not to go in the street? I've never seen them in the street. I've seen them come all the way up, but they've never gone into the road.
Just don't let them talk to any geese.
Really?
Then they'll.
Is that it? Okay. But it's weird. It's almost like they just don't go in the road.
Yeah, there's a guy I know that's got a couple of roosters. They're just at the street corner. They're there all the time. I'm sure his neighbors are thrilled.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to get up again. It's 3 a.m. The roosters are crowing. Wow. Christy, what have we missed? We've missed anything or anything?
Well, there's new research on ancient sharks. Do you want to hear about it?
I do.
Okay. It shows they roam the seas, feasting not on mice, but creatures the size of killer whales.
What were those creatures?
Researchers used fossil evidence to create a 3D model of the megalodon, one of the biggest predatory fish of all time, to find clues about its life. At around 50 feet long from nose to tail, the giant sharks were bigger than a school bus, approximately 2 or 3 times the size of today's great white sharks. Based on their digital creation, they calculated that the megalodon would have weighed around 70 tons or as much as 10 elephants. The massive jaw could open to almost 6 feet wide, allowed it to feed on other big creatures in just a few bites.
People still find megalodon teeth.
How big are they?
They were massive.
Yeah.
Oh, the teeth?
Yeah.
Lucky there weren't people surfing back then.
Yeah.
That'd be
easy pickups.
Talk about your shore lunch.
That's a big.
Didn't you see the Meg with Jason Statham?
No, I missed the Meg.
You got to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, they got a megalodon in that?
Oh, yeah. That's the Meg.
So
it's good.
It's fun.
Okay.
So the story is that one of those big old sharks is alive now.
Right. And they accidentally brought it to the surface. So living in the Mariana Trench. There's a series of books that movie's based on that I've read every one of them.
Wow.
I hate books and I hate you too.
That's a little harsh, Willie.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You want to apologize to your friends?
Rough. I have an idea. I wonder if anybody's doing this yet.
What?
Doing this yet is
instead of DoorDash, it would be ShoreDash.
Oh,
you'd take a
boat?
Weed to people in boats. Oh, wait a minute. I mean food.
We had that story. Remember the pizza guy?
Yeah.
No, that's right. He was delivering pizza to folks on boating on the weekends. That is a great
There's
idea.
an ice cream boat at the Lake of the Ozarks.
There's down in Florida. They have an ice cream boat too.
Yeah.
Is it like the ice cream truck? Does it play the
It plays music and it comes by the docks and you can run out on your dock and it'll pull up.
That's a great day.
Yes.
You're on a boat. You're having ice cream. That's a perfect day. That's good. Coming up, we've got our history lesson. Right now, I want to remind you that we all love great food. We had some great food here today. HelloFresh is a great way to help you with your life, give you some free time because you don't have to go to the grocery store. HelloFresh does the shopping, and we're talking about farm fresh ingredients. They also do the measuring. Your meals always taste deliciously fresh because the ingredients travel from the farm to your doorstep in under 7 days. Every week, more than 55 items to choose from. I'm talking about all kinds of meals, family-friendly, maybe super fit stuff. Maybe you want something real lean. Perhaps you're into comfort food. They've got it all. And it's busy. You're going to be really busy with school starting up. How about a couple nights a week grabbing some HelloFresh and cooking her up? You get started. Try some of the great stuff at HelloFresh. What's the latest, Willie?
One of my favorites, the pork carnitas tacos with pickled onion and Monterey Jack cheese. HelloFresh is going to send you the ingredients. You put them together in 6 easy steps, and in just over a half hour, you have these delicious, colorful tacos that you made at home with HelloFresh.
Sounds
I love
good.
those cards, too. They're easy to read, easy to use.
That's true. They got pictures and everything.
Yeah.
Now, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Why the BT Show 16? Well, that code will get you 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts from HelloFresh. BT Show 16. 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. That's HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Coming up, we have some important things that happened in this world, and we're going to cover them right here. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you really save before we stick you in the grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, eh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Course.
Hey, Floyd told a great joke yesterday. Hope you heard it here on the Bob and Tom Show. You never know when Floyd is going to call in, but I can guarantee one thing. When Floyd does call in, he's wearing his Bob and Tom Show hat, which he got at bobandtomstore.com. Check out the new Bob and Tom Show hoodies, hooded zips, collared work shirts, the Bob and Tom Show hat I told you about. Our clothing size is small up to 5XL. The hat adjustable, fits any size head. If we're out of stock on any item or don't have your size, just check back in. We're constantly restocking at bobandtomstore.com. Just look in the upper left-hand corner for that new tab to see the latest at bobandtomstore.com. And again, I know it's far-fetched, but I'd like to see every trucker in the United States and across the world in a Bob and Tom Show hat. So let's start with you, and you being a trucker, let's get you a hat at bobandtomstore.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. A strike by London Underground workers brought the British capital's transit network to a grinding halt. The action Friday came a day after a nationwide walkout by railway staff. No subway trains were running on most of London's tube lines because of the strike over jobs, pay, and pension by members of the Rail, Maritime, and Transport Union. Passengers are being advised to stay off the subway and find another way to travel because another strike is scheduled for Saturday. Apple has disclosed serious security vulnerabilities for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. Great. The software flaws could potentially allow hackers to take complete control of these devices. Security experts advised users to update affected devices, the iPhone 6 and later models, newer iPads and Macs running Mac OS Monterey. It also affects some iPod models. And it's an increasingly familiar sight in the U.S., workers in gloves and masks spraying our yards for mosquitoes. As climate change widens, the insect's range and length is prime season has extended, and more of us are resorting to professional extermination. But the chemical bombardment worries scientists who fear overuse of pesticides is harming pollinators and worsening a growing threat to birds that eat insects. Many beneficial insect species are now threatened with extinction, and experts are saying spraying should be a last resort after removing breeding sites like standing water. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
We were getting ready to go out last night for anniversary supper, and I was saving, splashing on Mac with Elva, and let me tell you, even after all these years, this still brings out the band in me.
Oh, nice. Good.
So as I'm finishing up my splash on, she steps out of the shower to dry off, and she looks at me and she said, "I saved in the shower for tonight, Floyd, so you know what that means, right?" I said, "I sure do. That means that shower drains need to be snaked again."
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio. Jim is a veteran comedian and actor, famous for a couple of oddball appearances on Sex and the City.
But I am an actor and a comedian, but I'll tell you guys, I wish I was a film director just in everyday life, so when someone was telling me a boring story, I could just go, and cut! I didn't finish. We got it! That's a wrap. And cut! When you think about it, that would come in handy. You come home late, your wife's like, where the hell were you? And cut. All right, let's try it again. This time you don't care where I was. In fact, you're happy to see me. Let's try a topless. Action.
Another actor who wants to direct.
We'll be using that one.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16. Mm-hmm. And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the music room, killing it today.
Hi, Josh.
Jeff Oskey also murdering it up today.
Thanks, buddy.
Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline hot phone desk.
Killed it.
There, you sure did. There's Willie Griswold slaying him.
Good morning.
I'm Josh Arnold knocking him dead, and there is Tom Griswold
Thank you very much.
bringing the house down.
Thank you very much. And it's time now to go back and do some extra learning today. We've learned a lot of new words today. I'm very excited about
fun.
that.
Yeah.
We have a bunch more of these.
Good time now for history and such.
You can't do this job if you have dysania.
Dysania?
Yeah.
Dysentery?
Well, if you have dysentery, this job is going to be, might want a diaper or your own room. The condition of finding it difficult to get out of bed in the morning.
I have that.
Dysania.
Yeah, okay. And then we learned, of course, tines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are those thingies at the end of a fork.
Yeah, your sporks.
No, not on a spork. What did you say? That's.
Oh, there's that great song about it. The tines, they are a change.
The tines, they are a change.
That's the funniest thing I've ever said.
That's great. I love that.
Clever.
Very much.
I'm so smart.
It's time now for Today in History, and we have some important birthdays for starters. The great Orville Wright.
Well, today's National Aviation Day.
That's
right
probably why. Orville, of course, famously built the planes.
And makes that great popcorn.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, different guy. Wilbur, his brother, would lose your luggage for you. Those guys were so cool. You ever see those pictures of those early flights? They're wearing a coat and tie.
Yeah, white with the black tie.
Yeah. A couple people actually died while they were doing that.
Well, let's not harp on that.
They have blood on their hands.
Thousands of people would watch them do figure eights in these planes. It was amazing. It's a great story.
Some of our greatest inventions were out of catastrophes.
Yeah, well, serious. It was a happy birthday to Coco Chanel.
Oh, yeah. That's a love-hate thing with me.
Why?
Well, she has kind of a bad past.
Oh, Ms. Chanel?
Yeah.
It's a love-hate thing for me, too. I hate Chanel, but I love Coco.
Really?
That chocolatey taste?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love her perfume. I love her stuff. It's too expensive.
Oh, this is a good one. 1939, the great drummer Ginger Baker. The drummer for the band Cream. If you don't know much about him, there's a great documentary about him.
So good.
If you if you have an abusive grandfather you miss, you may want to watch
Isn't
that.
he a mean guy?
Oh, he was awful. The guy who was making the documentary, he beat him with his cane.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
an incredible jerk.
Bit of a monster, yeah.
And of course, his family, Ginger Baker, they invented the snaps and the bread.
Did he have red hair? Is that why he was called Ginger? Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Happy birthday to Peter Gallagher, very fine actor.
He is a fine actor, yeah.
I drank with him in Vegas.
No kidding. He seems like a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And then the other Peter Gallagher is a different guy. He is a comedian. Peter Gallagher, he smashes his male member with a sledgehammer.
You do not want to sit in the front row for that.
No. If you get boy, that is an act.
Never with him in Vegas.
Yeah, that is
one night, one show only.
Yeah.
Remember he sued his brother, Peter Gallagher, too? A weird comedy thing.
That's so silly.
That's a little inside, but very, very funny. Let's see now. Here we go. This is obscure. Happy birthday to Melissa Fumero.
Melissa the Smoker.
Amy Santiago and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's Fumaro.
Oh, excuse me.
Let's see. Happy birthday in 2335 to William T. Riker from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yeah.
You've heard of this guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. The first race was held at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on this date in 1909.
Back then, horses.
Yes.
And
only 1 horsepower.
Back then, 2 people in the car.
Yeah.
And the pits were full of snakes. That's what they call it, the snake pit. Here's a good. I'll do this in the form of a quiz. I'll nail this, or I will mail this, I should say, your way, Josh.
All right.
1951, 3 feet 7 inches tall. Who was sent in to pinch hit for the St. Louis Browns?
Pickles Dillhofer.
Pickles Dillhofer was long dead by then, but a fair guess. Pickles Dillhofer was a famous baseball player to a degree. Eddie Goodell.
Eddie Goodell.
Famous play. I believe it was a Bill Veeck stunt.
Okay.
Veeck as in wreck, is the name of his great book. And, of course, the most important thing on this date in 1964, the Beatles kicked off their first U.S. tour.
Christ.
Do you know where it was? Pat?
Nobody cares.
Pat got it. San Francisco's.
Things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, with nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers. Napa is the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. We learned that the Big Green Egg is the Rolls-Royce of grills.
Yes.
And we certainly enjoyed some food.
We did get some audio from Peter Gallagher doing his little shtick.
Oh, we did?
Ouch.
Oh, I stepped on it.
No, that's okay. Oh, there it is. Okay.
We learned that Zarf is a coffee sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We also learned that I am afraid of Ferris wheels, and Christy can attest to it. We rode one together.
Yeah, boy, I was really. I thought you were just.
And we also learned that there was a couple that had intimate relations on a Ferris wheel at Cedar Point in Ohio.
That's right.
And they were arrested. We also learned that our own Jeff Oskey, with during a previous relationship, was dating a woman with a certain level of sophistication, and she decided that they were going to have intercourse, if you will, sexual congress on a Ferris wheel. And what did you discover?
That my penis is afraid of heights.
Yes.
And therefore, nothing took place.
Does the same thing apply to when you're staying in a high floor in a hotel, or are you good to go then?
Yes.
Okay.
We learned that Donnie Baker keeps winning the Molly Hatchet mirror at the State Fair. He's got at least 2 now, I believe. Yeah. Pat Sullivan stopped by, and Mr. Paul Lind was kind enough.
Can you play the song to introduce Pat?
Pat Sullivan. Welcome, Pat Sullivan. He was here earlier today.
Mr. Lind, what do they call the chorus boys on Broadway?
Silly savages.
I know that's not quite the setup, but
don't forget that we're going to have a special egg fest all over the country celebrating the Big Green Egg, and we'll be giving them away starting in late August for the special football thing. Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.